getting in now. Now let's open Twitch. A million things that I have opened.
You have a million things open? Oh.
Yeah, I finally opened an IRA account
1
because I'm
million.
old.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, I know.
Cool, you're old. Gotcha.
Feel old.
Well, that's a different thing entirely. They do say you're only as old as you feel, so let me see. I am much younger than I am. Yes.
We only have 8 games left. It's a interesting position. I feel
I feel
at what 11 games left.
Yep. I feel exactly the same today as I did when I was 25, so I just don't understand where
Thank you, fella.
all that time went.
It flew.
It did, but I mean, I don't feel any different. I mean, I'm sure that I am. I think if I had a talk with my 20-year-old self, I'd definitely find a lot of differences, but at the moment, I can't think of what they would be. Probably give myself a few slaps, be like, smarten up.
All right, let's do our training since I rage quit on Monday.
Uh, Goddamn game, so frustrating.
This is what it is, though.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And I'll go attacking. All right, let's go beat Leeds at home.
I think that's a great plan. I have to play Chelsea away.
That'll be fun.
It'll be tough, I'm sure, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, beating them could potentially help you, so that's my motivation at the moment. Of course, winning every game helps myself, so that will always be my primary motivation.
True.
Yeah,
Very, very true.
yeah. This guy's gonna go here. I'm gonna resave that so I can
Filter
stop
outliers
reloading
and
it.
on.
There we go. Okay. I sent my goalkeeper on holiday. That was kind of silly of me, was it not? I believe it probably was.
Okay. Do we ever have anybody coming in? We do not. Okay. Let's look at these clauses.
Closets.
Um,
What?
what do we do? Oh, when did I sell it? Oh no. Okay. This is money we'd lose.
Let's
I'm
not
gonna buy
lose.
this clause. $7 million. No.
Oh, I should have played some of these guys. Oh well. Didn't think of it.
What's the 40% of 22 is 8.8. We shouldn't sell. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
I just
Or chuckling?
that was quick.
Well, okay. So here's how I did it. I needed 40%, right? So I just took 10% of 22, which is 2.2, and to get to 40%, I just multiply that by 4
It's pretty
because
easy.
10% times four, exact. Yeah,
Still
yeah.
though, that's much quicker than most people can do that kind of math.
It's not always 100% on the money, but it's close enough to get the point across for me. All right, let's continue. Hold on 1 second. Alrighty, that's all squared away. Oh my god, the Devils are winning right now.
They are.
Pin-
The
Pinch me, I'm dreaming.
what? They've been winning a lot lately.
No, no, they haven't.
They have?
They have?
Yeah.
This is news to me. Let me look this up.
They've been going a
I
little.
believe
They've
you.
been tiny bit streaky, but no, they've been lately. They've been winning most of their games.
Well, I remember them losing to Edmonton when we went, or when I went rather,
Uh huh.
and
And then you just haven't watched
I'm
since
getting.
then. I'm guessing because I don't think they've lost since. let's
um,
go. Let's go look. Find out. I'm pretty sure that they haven't lost since. Shh.
Well, they okay. Besides the Bruins game, they haven't lost. They won three in a row,
There you go.
then lost to Boston, which coincidentally was the other game I checked in on.
Oh,
So I just assumed they lost
so
all games
you
in
just got a
between.
negative confirmation bias going. Oh yeah, that's right. They lost to Boston. I
Yeah,
forgot about that one. Okay, but they beat the
yeah.
Senators. That's good. They beat the Blue Jackets. They beat the Red Wings. Yeah. So they're not doing bad. And then yeah, they're beating Washington. I mean, they're doing well. They're pushing for a playoff spot. I thought they would be pushing for the top of the damn division like everybody else did, but you know, they kind of obviously decided that
You
they
just
were
need
going to coast and they weren't going to do that. So they're just now finding their motivation.
to get in it, and that's it.
Pretty much, pretty much. But I mean, I'd like to see them do it not through a wild
Uh,
card if possible.
I don't disagree with you.
Hmm, good, because that would be silly.
Do we? Panels. I thought we had TNT. We do. Can I not? Is it blacked out in my area? That's fucking BS.
What, the Devils game?
All right. Yeah, the Devil's game is blacked out. Let's see if my
Yeah,
VPN can
yeah. I was
sort
going to
that.
say, like, don't you have a VPN? Boom, solved.
Who are they playing? Florida.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, no, we're playing Washington, the Devils.
Uh, Close enough team.
Close
I
enough.
see.
Washington, Florida, it's all the same.
It's weird because Hulu sometimes will work with a VPN, sometimes it won't work with a VPN.
I mean, sometimes you have to like close it, turn the deep VPN on, open it, and refresh it.
Um,
But yeah,
let's see. Yeah, it's not show. It's not. It's still not showing up. TV.
might
No,
take a
no
minute for the VPN
live.
to kick in too. But I mean, hopefully you closed it before you turned on the VPN.
I didn't have it opened, and it's not gonna let me use Hulu with a VPN.
Hmm.
That sucks.
I know there are ways. Oh, Hulu just won't let you run it at all with it turned on.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're tracking
Correct.
whether or not you have one. Oh, that's highly illegal.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, yeah,
That's cool.
totally. Yeah, apps and places, pages like that, they're not allowed to just not let you view things if you're using one. That's because there's a ton of places that have to use them for security. So shutting them out of their pages is highly illegal. That's hilarious.
Let's apologize about the loan spell.
I mean, it happens. I know tons of pages that don't let you view with a VPN. So it's not like anybody's enforcing that law, but it is a law. It totally is.
Well, they're on national TV, which is weird because normally I'd be able to watch it on the national broadcast.
Uh huh.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if it's because MSG is still available in my area. Whatever. It's not the end of the world for me. Be good players.
Yeah, everybody says you can totally watch Hulu with a VPN.
I wonder if it's because we have the Hulu like live package. It might be a bit different.
I don't know. I think you probably maybe just didn't wait long enough for your VPN to kick in before you refreshed it.
Okay, I'll try it again.
Sometimes
Um,
VPNs can take a, a few minutes before it changes your IP,
okay,
and
let's try it again.
yeah,
There's
the-
nothing wrong with it, with trying again.
yeah, really isn't.
Let's see. How much money do we have? I know we sold one of my players to you. $41 million. Oh,
You have $41 million,
transfer budget. Yeah.
and you want to know how to spend it.
No,
No, you don't.
I'm looking. I'm looking at seeing if I can get a Bray, Davenport, or Toth, but I have clauses for all of them that are at 120 million. So
What? No, they're
I'm
not.
just.
When did you look at them? Wait, even in your
Oh
currency,
no,
Abreu's not at
Bray.
120.
Bray is 62. Who's at 120?
Davenport.
Davenport. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I guess Toth.
I didn't look at him. I was just.
Let's see. Toth is at 120.
Oh, then it must be those
Okay.
guys. You probably
Yeah.
just didn't look at all of them. You probably just assumed they all. You doing your negative confirmation bias thing again? Kidding, by the way.
So
Yeah,
funny. It's
yeah,
funny, right?
120, 120. A couple of them are 120. Yeah, no, but you're right. Two of them are 120 in your currency. 104 in mine, so they would be 120 in yours. But yeah, no, Abreu, who's your best player, is at half of that.
Yeah. So we're gonna try and
That's,
get some money.
I mean, that's the guy you want to keep anyhow. If I was to pick out of those three, it'd be him. I mean, all three of them are great. They're like easily your three best players. But if I could only pick one,
We could
it's the
probably get.
yeah,
Go ahead.
it would be Abreu.
Yeah. We can probably get Davenport on the cheap at the end of the year.
Most likely, especially those release clauses don't mean shit, especially if their contracts are going to expire. When does his contract expire? Oh, not till 2035. Well, whatever. Hard to
No,
say what City would do with him because he's a bit of an anomaly. Like he's good enough to play as a backup striker for City, but does he really want to be a backup striker? I mean, I'd say no. His value is only between
no.
19 and 27. No, his actual value. So I mean, the fact that you got it at 100 million as his buyout, it's like, man, they really.
Well, I mean, I just put exuberant prices just so I can guarantee that I get the player. That's really what I
Oh,
do.
you did that. Oh, okay. I thought they
Yeah,
put that
yeah.
in there. I'm like,
No,
you probably could
no.
have gotten him at like 20, 27, or
Well,
something.
a lot of, in fact, a lot of times, if I put like a semi-reasonable optional clause, they'll
Mhm.
just say no. So like if I would put, even
Oh,
if I put like 60 million, they would
mhm.
just flat out reject it.
Oh, I see.
Um, so I just go above and beyond. So with the apps with not with absolutely no intention of actually buying the player.
Gotcha.
That's just how I finagle the system,
If they
so
say,
to
I
speak.
do the same. If they say no, then I just come back a couple of days later and try again with a slightly larger number until they finally say yes. But that's how I end up with buyout fees that are reasonable. I haven't had teams say no too often if I put in their upper value though. Not too often. I mean, if it's a player they really don't want to get rid of sometimes, or they'll put in like 5 or 10 million more, fine. By the time I'm done playing him for a season, he's going to be worth 20 or 30 more. So 5 or 10 extra is not a biggie to me.
Why are you not happy with your loan club? You've played 13. You started 13 games in the Premier League. What's your
Status.
status? Yeah, regular starter.
And he started 13 games? That's half of them. Well, I
No,
guess that's not quite enough. That's on your team? No, there's nobody on your team on loan that only started 13 games.
uh, Kiko Pera.
On your team? Oh, he started 20 games. He
Oh,
started the
13
majority.
Premier League games.
Still, he started
Yeah.
the majority of games overall. He's definitely. He says his playing time. He says he's delighted.
Oh, outside of the playing position.
Oh,
Why did
outside
it
of his
say majority?
position, tell him to shut up about that.
Is there a way to check to see what the position? Oh, preferred position is a right back. We've been playing him on the left. That's why.
Oh, pfft. Who effing
See,
cares, man? Did you have a conversation with him about it?
he wants to play. All right, I'll back down.
What a
I mean,
dum dum.
he's not that bad. We don't have a
Kikopara? I don't know.
what's his value. What is his value? His value is not for sale. That's an interesting value.
They don't want to sell him. He looks like a ridiculously good prospect. So
Does
that's probably why.
15 and 19 million
Is his value? I mean, I'd jump all over
is
that.
what his agent thinks Porto wants.
That's
Let's see how.
it's a steal, especially if he
Yeah,
develops well.
pretty much he becomes my backup for both positions.
Which is guaranteed a lot of games.
Yeah, exactly. And he's what, only 19?
20? 20. But if he plays a lot, it looks like he's got a really high upside. So I don't know.
Oh, the thing that sucks is I won't be able to make an offer for him because he's under 20. Was it 21?
He's under 21, yeah.
Right? You can only do 6 in a year.
That one, he's already been on your team, so that may not count.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's currently playing for you, so that may not count. I think bringing in lone players is an exception to that particular rule.
Let's try Hulu again. Nope.
Oh, well. Sorry. I mean, there's
No,
people
that's
online
all
say
good.
it can be done. I just didn't read up on how they did it.
I don't care.
It's nice to be able to watch a game.
Let me just
Hmm. Hmm.
wonder why it's blacked out though.
Because you're local.
It's got to it's got to be blacked out because I'm local, which means
Hmm.
they want me to use the local station.
Could be. Or because they want you to pay to watch it.
I
Sports
don't
is.
think that's an option for us. But go ahead.
It isn't an option. Yes, it is. NHL Network. They want you to buy that so that you can watch all your games.
Oh,
Sports is going in a really bad direction marketing wise. I don't know if I think we talked about this, but yeah, they're not taking into account the new generation of sports fans. If you were to talk to people under the age of 25 about sports right now, especially in North America, most of them don't give a shit about sports because they haven't been exposed to it because they've been growing up with sports in the era of blackouts and lockouts and like it's all just money grubbing, right? Used to be you could just turn on, here in Canada you could turn on CBC every night of the week and watch at least one Canadian team play. Doesn't exist anymore. Watching
huh.
games now is actually hard to do. You have to be able to play. They expect all the hardcore fans to pay in order to watch any
Yeah.
amount of sports. Well, new younger fans don't give a shit about that, so they're just not doing it.
Yeah.
And now they're starting to see the attendance numbers starting to dwindle in all the North American sports, and they're just like, oh, well, what are we going to do to draw new fans? And so they put these marketing directors out there, and they say, find out what people want, and you know what they want is they want access to the games. Like, let me watch it.
Mhm.
Like right now, you want to watch that Devils game? How many other younger people in New Jersey might watch the game too if it was on and available? That's how you get new fans. You
I
don't
agree.
you don't want to do what the Blackhawks did before Wirtz. Alan Wirtz died. He was the first one to lock out all of the games on his local channel because he expected everybody to just come to the stadium to watch the games. But their average price was $104 a ticket.
Which is not an incentive to go and watch a game.
That was then. Now it's higher.
Yeah.
That's when Rocky Wirtz was still alive.
It's fun. It's funny you mentioned that because I don't think I told you this, but
Yeah.
when I was at the Devils game, I
Hmm.
saw a father
Yeah.
order food for him and his son. They were a group of 5, so it was like his son and his son's friends or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's a night out at a hockey game.
Yeah.
The 5 of them to eat. was $97. And I don't think there was any alcohol involved. I don't think the dad had a drink.
I mean, that's a bunch. It's more expensive now here. Like we've spent that just two of us at some places with no alcohol. Food is expensive now. But the fact about marketing is a few things. Younger fans aren't getting the exposure to sports that they used to. So they're just not inclined to be following because everything's lockout and blackout.
Mm.
They're just trying to get
Right.
squeeze money, and of course, like if I grew up in that era, I wouldn't have even been exposed to teams. Would I care? Do I want to spend money on something I don't care about? Probably not. Things are already expensive. Disposable income's becoming smaller and smaller. Sports is not a high priority. The second thing being, and I know a lot of those older fans like that. They love that new phrase: "Go woke, go broke." You ever heard that one? A lot of them say that.
I have not.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of dumb rednecks, especially in Alberta, the new saying is "Go woke, go broke." They're trying to say that
Okay.
companies who are trying to be overly inclusive are eventually going to go bankrupt, like Disney. However, marketing suggests that younger people, is below the age of 25, demand inclusiveness. Otherwise, they won't invest in it. So all those people who are saying those phrases are the ones who are dying out. The new generation of of consumers want inclusiveness in everything. Like it's a huge demand. So that's why Disney is going so hard with it, because they know in the next 10 years, 15 years, those are the people that are going to be their main customer base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean,
I agree.
they're
They do.
getting ahead of the curve, and it's smart. It's very smart. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still funny how ridiculous the left can get about these things, because like even South Park made a new special called the Panderverse because you're pandering, and it's all about making fun of that exact thing. And the main phrase is that put a chick in it, make her gay, and make her lame. That's the only that's what they think of Disney does with everything. It's like, okay, it's not quite that extreme, but I mean, I get the joke. I understand that some of it is being shoehorned in there for the sake of, but does it matter? Not really. As long as the story's still good, who effing cares? But
Yeah.
there's a ton of hardcore conservatives that are super offended by that stuff. They're like, did the Little Mermaid really need to be black? It's like, does it matter? Did it change the story in any way, shape, or form? Not really. I mean,
No.
but
That's where directors take creative freedom.
but the question is also equally: did they need to change her race? Not really. But who cares? That's what they wanted to do. Let them bloody do it. Like if you don't want to see it, don't go watch it. It's just that simple. It's like if you're watching the show and there's suddenly gay people kissing in it, it's like if that offends you, change the channel. Like Jesus, it's not that hard. It's just hilarious. But there is a lot of it being shoehorned into stuff, and whatever, whatever. As long as it doesn't affect the overall quality of it, then who cares? And why would it? You know. But yeah, inclusiveness is becoming something that people demand. They need it in their shows, or they won't pay for it. And I think that the exiting generation, I don't know what else you'd call them, the people who are aging out of the market as target audience don't seem to grasp that concept, that they aren't the relevant voice
Well,
anymore.
no, they're stuck in exactly how they were, 40 years ago
Yeah,
or 25 years ago,
yeah.
and not willing to listen. Well, most aren't willing to listen.
Most, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Like I just there's never ending complaints about that kind of stuff too, and it's confusing. It's very confusing in a lot of places. Like they're like, how many people got outraged that at the end of Marvel, Captain America gave his shield to the black guy? Like, what?
Oh, I don't know.
What? I
I
don't.
didn't know that was a thing.
They're like he should have given it to his friend, and like instead of, but what? Like they just did that to pander. I'm like, no, they did that because that Bucky didn't want it. He didn't give it to Bucky because Bucky didn't want it. So he gave it to the next person who actually, like whatever. Like they're not grasping simple concepts and easy writing techniques, but whatever. Don't care. Yeah. Sorry, that's my rant about that kind of thing for the
No
day.
worries.
Yeah. It's sports was the whole thing. The whole target is that sports needs to learn to adapt, especially hockey is one of the worst at the moment. It was meant to go to the Falcon. Read the comics, you casuals. Exactly, plastic. Thank you. Thank you. It's precisely. Like there's source material for this shit. Bucky didn't want it. Falcon was always supposed to have it. He's the next Captain America. Don't they know shit about shit? Look, dude, then they start getting mad that Spider-Man's a black guy now. I'm like, Miles Morales fucking rocks. Get the hell out of here. Peter Parker. They're separate entities. They didn't replace anyone. They both existed. Simultaneously. Whatever though. They can get as mad as they like. I'm still going to enjoy it. uh, I won 4-2. I'm not happy I conceded twice, but we beat Chelsea, so I'm happy about that.
It was 1-1 in the 70th minute.
But hockey's really going to start losing fans by the droves if they don't start making their games more accessible to casual fans. Because the hardcore fan, the aging out fans, they're becoming fewer and fewer. And disposable income's becoming smaller and smaller, as we all know.
It's,
Penalty.
yes, I'm not putting my goalkeeper in.
Oh, I mean, I would hope not. Whoever's got the best body language. So far,
Yerme is calm, but he is by far the best numbers.
well, I mean, that's a solid choice. Whether he scores or not, he is probably the best bet to do it. If he doesn't, well, so be it. He'd probably give it his best shot. But if he
We never,
does,
we
awesome.
never, we never practice penalties either.
I don't either.
I guess it's under routines.
I don't practice it
So,
either. It's under set pieces, but I don't practice set penalties either because they're not that hard for starters.
oh, I know.
There's your 1-goal lead. Now you praise and go time wasting. As long as they're praised and happy, they won't concede.
Oh, okay, it's its own separate thing. Um,
I know you want to praise just the person who scored, but don't do that. Praise the whole team.
oh,
Turn on time wasting. And as long as they are all happy, and then as soon as 10 minutes is up, praise them again.
so here's the interesting thing.
Mhm.
I went more attacking to get that penalty. Makes sense. We needed a goal.
That's cool.
Um, we've pretty much been controlling the game ever since.
I see that. And if you like that idea, you stick with it. All I'm saying is turn on time wasting and praise them. As long as you keep them in good spirits, they won't concede. But I don't see big smiley faces on them right now, so if it expired or not. Oh, it also may not update visually for me, and it does for you. I know that when you put a sub on, it still shows the half a heart for the guy you took off, which,
Oh, still?
yeah, it still
Oh,
does that. Yeah, I'm just like, I never know who you subbed on without actually looking at the list. Yeah, going more attacking if you got more of the ball. I mean, hey, look, it worked. John Watts, fuck off, Watts. He knows I'm watching.
I might just give him the contract.
No, don't be silly.
All right, now we can go.
He's definitely a solid off the bench player. I mean, keep him as that though, right? Don't get ridiculous. He's also the captain at the moment. Guess he's got some good leadership.
I wonder why.
Oh, I never
Probably from
owned his
the
leadership.
team that he came from.
I never owned his leadership. He must have just come with it. He was probably just a natural leader. I never sent him on any leadership courses. He was never a person I was aiming to try to develop to be a starting striker.
I've never seen a ball go in on goal line technology.
Um,
I know that wasn't even close, but I've never seen it.
no,
And I know it
no,
doesn't happen often
I
in
don't know.
real life, but
I think if you watch it on full highlights, it does. I don't even know, man. I don't know. Don't know. Don't care. You won. That's what matters.
3-1.
Yep. Yep. I won 4-2. We both won by 2 goals, but I conceded twice, so I'm a grumpy coconut.
I think right
Uh,
now our expectation is to try and finish ninth.
you want a top 7, aim for top 7. You have your aims. Just because you don't make them doesn't mean, the end of the world. It just means you didn't meet them. It's a good aim. I think it's a legitimate aim. I'm looking at the strength of schedule. It's possible still. Strangely
Not many.
enough, I think you have more games left against teams below you than above you at this point.
Look at the end of our schedule, like the
Oh,
last 5 games.
oh, oh! You got a really hard schedule.
Yep, started hard, ended hard. Maybe
Oh,
like
well,
from the
survival seems imminent, so let's just focus on that right now. You're 11 points clear of survival. That's pretty encouraging.
they play Leicester.
Apparently 7 points clear of Arsenal at the top. Damn. Hi, Cat. It's way too early to feed you anything.
All right, this is not updating, and I don't like that. Oh, that's why. Let's try this.
Marcos Martin's making positive development. Love it.
Sometime
Yeah, geez, I think he just cracked 160. He'd be in that neighborhood. Him or Peterson or Stamenkovic is going to be the first one. Maybe Peterson. Well, I think Neto was close too. So he's harder to tell because he's a goalkeeper. Okay. Doop 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 doop.
Wait. Uh,
Then for you, I think Abreu is the only player that's in the 160 range.
6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I'm gonna need. We'll get closer to the next game, and then I'll fix it.
uh, and there's that nice, hilarious Green Day controversy the other day.
Oh, I was. I was gonna ask if you heard about that.
Yeah, I laughed so hard. I'm like, nice, nice.
So I don't. In fact, it's funny because I know Green Day's biggest songs, but I'm not a big. I wouldn't say I'm a diehard
Yeah,
Green
sure.
Day fan,
But you know who they
but
are.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I know who they are, and I never knew that their lyrics were politically inspired.
Ah, some
And
people say
so when I heard about that,
I like it when people talk about Rage Against the Machine. They're like, I didn't know Rage Against the Machine was political. I'm like, the whole name of the band is Rage Against the Machine. What machine do you think they're talking about? The
I,
political
it,
machine.
I
Every
thought
lyric
it
they
just
write is
sounded
political.
cool.
I know. So many bands are political. Yeah, Green Day's always been political, like always. Yeah.
And then you have the population that says get politics out of sports. I used to be like that, but then I realized that that's never gonna be possible. So I've just accepted it. Um, and I've had not old. I've had friends' fathers come after me saying it was never like this back in the 60s and 70s when I was younger.
Of course it
And then
was.
I gave him three examples, and he's like, You can't just you can't. Those don't count."
They don't
I'm like,
count.
"What the fuck do you mean they don't count?"
You can't just cherry pick relevant information that goes against the thing I'm saying.
Yep, exactly.
Like, of course,
So
everything's always been political all the time. Damn it, the pendulum swings back and forth. That's all it is. But yeah, no. Like, again, hockey has kind of fallen behind on a lot of that stuff. But whatever. Yeah, because they couldn't have rainbow tape, they decided to cancel every event. It's like, well, that wasn't a really
yeah, that
feasible reaction, was it? So now everybody's even more mad at that one specific thing because now they don't get, their military veterans night. Well, the veterans didn't do anything wrong. You don't have to punish them, but I suppose it makes sense. It's like if people are going to be jerks, they shouldn't have anything. I guess there's some logic to that. At the same time,
well,
those people
everybody
should just.
can.
Why do they care what color your friggin' tape is? My
Yeah,
God,
I agree.
Jesus, sorry, it's so. I'm a straight cis het white guy, and I'm still pissed off at this stuff. I can only
You
imagine what
know
other people go through.
you wanna know what's funny? You
uh,
ever see videos of when like conservatives don't understand the word cis?
oh yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
when when they get called out, they get immediately offended, and
Uh-huh.
people are like, "That's exactly what you are."
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Stop using language they didn't learn off of a cereal box, okay? It's too much.
How did I get this player? There's $15 million in the championship. How did I get Rodrigo in the championship?
I how would I know, man? He must not have been as good at that time. Or he really wanted to play for you. Let's have a look at him. He was younger. He must not have been good yet.
This is our second season with him.
Okay, so he's about 140 overall right now, and you've played him a ton, which suggests to me that when you got him, he might have been around 130, maybe even lower. That's championship level.
Okay, understood. Just looking at my team now, I'm like, as much as I get frustrated with the game, I'm not too unha. I'm okay with my
You're building
team
a
at the
you're
moment.
building a good team. You got a lot of Rodrigo's a good one of those players who typically I think would have held out for a bigger squad, but you may have just got in there before any other team went for him.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe.
Although I've had missed out on some.
Oh, for sure. For
So
sure. You can't get everybody. I mean, I've missed out on a bunch of players I tried to get because they signed with Chelsea or City or Paris or something stupid. It's like, well, you got to expect that because I'm not one of those teams. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Rodrigo's a good player. When you got him, I was like, holy shit, that guy looks like a really great prospect. But at the time, I don't think anybody else was looking at him. So you probably
probably
just
not.
discovered him before everybody else did. That's my only theory. So given it no other options to come to England, he's like, championship team, sure. I'm at that level. Let's go.
Who play? Who play you was
Did he ask for a release clause for teams that are higher up?
well, let's take a look. Rodrigo contract minimum fee release. Well, there's a relegation release clause, but whatever. Minimum fee release clause for clubs in the Champions League, $80 million.
Exactly. Exactly. So he knew what
And
he was doing. He joined your team with the hopes of developing, getting better, and catching the attention of a team higher up.
which means we're gonna give him a new contract.
Which suggests to me that if you can get him a new contract without any clauses to leave, then it's a good time to do that. Yeah. Sorry, I like to help you
Incredibly
retain these
interested.
dudes.
He
Interested? Well,
still wants. He still wants a release clause.
make it a lot bigger if you can. Lock it.
I'm.
Make it as big as you can
I'm.
and bloody lock it. If they say no, they say
I'm
no.
going
You've
to.
lost nothing. He's still under contract.
So we're not gonna offer him one just yet. Maybe in a little bit.
Mhm. Okay. That's also an option because he is under contract. If he gets bought for his release clause, it would suck, but it would be a bunch of money. So I don't know. It's just hard to replace a player like that.
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
I, mm. Well, we can move a lot. Well, how much money can we move over?
Enough to keep Brayo.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see if I can finagle that because that's pretty much my entire budget, and then I only have
Yeah, well, that's true.
$40,000 to
True, true.
buy him. And how much is he getting paid now? He's getting
A
paid
lot he's on City.
50. Yeah, $56,000 a week.
Yeah, he's on City. I mean, all right, time to play Manure at home, but still, I don't want to play them. These light match loads sure do make things a little easier to handle, though.
Sorry.
For what? Take your time.
Didn't realize you were waiting. Didn't realize you were waiting on me.
Whatever.
Let's toss on the left. Let's put toss on the left. Let's put. Uh, ooh, ooh, that's interesting. And dollar is generating interest from Al Ethiad
Oh,
of
good.
Saudi Arabia.
Big money.
Yes, big, 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 big money.
Big bucks. Depending on how much they bid on him, you might sell him, but otherwise, he's kind of a staple to your offense, and he's under team control contract. So I wouldn't sell him for less than double his higher value. Would be my
Five.
thinking.
Um, with another clause at the end of it.
Technically speaking, and this is hilarious to me. I'm looking at your starting 11 and your bench. So if I don't count Peritic because he's only played 10 games, Indella actually has the lowest pass percentage of anyone on your team that isn't a goalkeeper, but it's 82%.
Jeez. I was about to show a new one, and then you said it was at 82.
82 bloody percent is your worst passing player. It's like, okay, so your team passes well. We know this.
If only we can press up on the field a little bit more, that would be nice.
Well, that's got to come with the development of players, familiarity with your system, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Building, with better players as well. Manu Sebastio gets a goal 4 minutes in. Okay, good. Oh, I thought Stamenkovic was going to pop in another for me, but he missed. Still, though, corner. We love corners. Set piece is good. Still got the ball. Still a replay. We still got the ball. Get it in the box, Peterson. And Stephenson launches it into orbit. Still, though, another replay for us. Damn, we're having a nice fast start to this game. I like that. Take it right to them. That's how you beat these bigger teams. I find quick start usually helps.
Yes. Most definitely.
Although I find even a quick start, I sometimes end up having to settle for a draw because they end up settling down and coming back over the course of the rest of the game. But 1 point is more than zero.
Right.
Oh, come on, here they come. They're going to score in their
Right.
very
And
first
Dallas
shot
scores.
attempt. Yeah, and Dallas scores. He's like, "Don't sell me, coach. I want to stay."
Sorry, buddy, but the money might be too good.
It might. We'll have to see. He's a tough one, eh? Like, if I had him, he's a lot like for me. He's like Chabert. It's like he's good. It's definitely Premier League quality, but I'd cash in on him if I could.
Yeah.
There's going to be better players than that. They're in the 145-ish range. 145 is a good player, especially in the Premier League. You get a lot of goals out of a winger that's 145. The average winger typically is around 138 in the Premier League, if you don't count the top 6 teams, which are always in the 160s, 170s.
You can't get beat like that. That's piss poor.
But in the end, I like when my team is all 150 or more.
He's gonna shoot just over. Okay.
Oh, that was close. No penalty. I was about to get ready to put in my penalty taker because it looked like they were going to give me one. Nice steal. Oh, crossbar. Alfred. Oh, their right back is my old right back for Lingby.
Hmm.
Well, I know where he went. Wait, is that? Oh, they got Sepp Vandenberg playing defense in Man United again. A former Liverpool player playing at United. Yikes!
He might be offsides. Yeah.
Only a 1-0 lead at the half. I'm actually surprised. I would have expected more based on the quality and number of chances we've had. Okay, I'm actually going to demand more here. Hmm. Demand more.
Thank you.
Bet you got a goal.
No, talking to my mom.
Oh, there's a nice steal. Stankovic presses the
Perfect.
goalkeeper
Have a go.
into giving it away.
Let's go.
Sebastio. Peterson, how do you have a 6.2 in the game we're dominating? For real, man. Get the hell out of there. Guy's got a 6.2 rating in a game that we are absolutely crushing. Which means if I sub him off, we might do even better.
So,
Oh,
assuming we win our game in hand, we are 8 points out of seventh.
it's doable. Gonna have to take some points off some tough teams, but if they're slowing down or not playing for meaningful games, you never know. It's hard to say what'll happen, obviously. Oh, I hate putting a wing back in as a winger, but he'll be fine, I guess.
I wonder if we play you as a DLF.
Come on, guys, just keep the ball. Oh, or score. That's an option as well. Oh, my right back scored.
There you go.
Love that. When my back scored so delicious. Yes, that's my word for describing a wingback goal. How sweet it is.
All right, we're just gonna take you off. Score 2 goals with you not playing well. Put Watson. It's going to take off Ndala.
All right, they're
Yeah.
making Neto work for his clean sheet today. Oh my God, what a save! That was incredible. All right, and he got it. Okay, wow, Neto worked hard for that clean sheet. I'm really glad he got it after those two saves at the end. Oh.
All right,
Wow.
2-0. What are you laughing at?
Watts isn't good all the time. He had a 6.2 that time.
Oh, well.
That's yeah, can't be great every game. That's what I was laughing at. He had a pretty shitty game that time,
Yeah.
but but he
Yeah, you
got
don't
his
have to
minutes.
all the time.
Yeah, but he got his minutes. He keeps earning those minutes apparently.
Mm. Oh, oh. See, this is annoying.
Hmm.
We have to be coming up to an international break,
Mm. Right when we're getting some momentum going? Yeah.
and we have to play Spurs on short rest.
Well, let's see. I have a game Wednesday and Saturday, and I don't think you do.
Oh, I don't have a game Saturday.
Ah, I see, because I have City. That's the one that got rearranged on me because of their stupid cop. So I got City on Wednesday, Middlesbrough on Saturday.
Okay.
Means I've got 3 days to rest my players. Let's go wrap my starting 11 in bubble wrap. Done.
Devils are up 5-3.
Oh,
What's this?
I know he sure scored the first 2 goals. Go, Captain, go. Mercer's got a pair. But more importantly, and the thing that I care about, Ovechkin does not have a goal.
So
He's having a horrible scoring slump this season. I'm like, good. I'm sorry, I don't want him to catch Gretzky.
no.
No. Mm-mm.
Anderson. Where's Anderson? I only have one left back on the team. One viable left back.
Oh, I've never been an Ovechkin fan. He has too much arrogance for my taste. Oh, no game this week, so 0. So after Middlesbrough, I have to send people on holiday. Though I think, as you said, there's an international break right after that. So whoever goes on holiday will be whoever doesn't play for an international team.
There's Steve Cherundolo is the manager of the USA.
Is that good?
It's not bad. It,
All right.
um, freaking Greg Ballhalter is not the manager anymore. That's all I care about.
You're
I
not a fan.
I
Okay.
cannot. No. There's two types of U.S. men's national team fans.
Hmm.
Ones that will live and die by him.
Uh huh.
Others that wouldn't mind see him never have a position in football again.
Ah.
I used to be the former. I used to live and die by Greg. For me, he got results,
Yeah.
but then the World Cup happens,
Ah.
and that was really the icing on the cake for me to want to turn around my views on him and out. And he was out for a couple of months, for 6 months,
Oh,
and then the federation decided, oh no, well, let's re-sign him after looking coach for 6 months.
that's madness. I'll be right back. 1 minute. Hi, I'm back.
Well,
I was only gone 20 seconds. Also, I got my intake of Utes.
so did I. It's not a good youth intake, but I'm still gonna offer everybody a contract, I think.
Yeah, that's the way to go. It doesn't look like mine's a ton better. So, oh well. What are we gonna do? Uh,
$3,000 a week. See, it's funny too because now I'm not afraid to like give all my youngsters $1,000 a week to guarantee that they're on the team for 6 years.
really, I can give them 250 a week if they sign that same same deal.
Oh.
5'9" striker. Ugh.
Can you give you a full-time contract? Want a youth contract? give you 500 a week.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Oops.
500. Listen, our wage budget's going to be at $1 million in a couple years. $500 a week is not.
Fair enough.
People just example. This one guy wants $500 a week right off the bat. You are not worth that much. I'll tell you that right now.
He might be, but probably not. He could have a high greed if you don't see any value or upside to him at all.
Right? I mean, you're not going to get first team starts anyways.
Yeah, wow, this is truly a trash intake, but oh well. That's
So
why I've been buying young players to develop. I prefer they come from my own academy because they become homegrown so much faster. But I got so many different mixes. I got a Canadian, a French player, several Scots. I got a Welsh player. I actually didn't get all that many English players in my intake, but that's
let's
from
see.
having the diversity of affiliates tends to be
Sure.
a contributing factor. And then you got your intake, so I am going to jump on over there and scout them. Ute candidates. Uh,
I think now I can start. Like, how good is my under 18 staff? Some of the best,
that's encouraging.
but not good enough. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. You are waiting on me.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
I'm just looking at your youth intake, trying to see if there's any potential uh, sleepers. And there's two that I think look not bad, but I'm going to wait for my scouts to tell me anything similar because there's only so much you know by just looking at them.
This is very true.
Mhm. But right off the bat, I love to see high determination, and I like to see a decent value on guys because that tells me that their potential could be higher than their star rating suggests. I had none of those such players on mine, sadly. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, so I don't think I even ended up with any sleepers on my pool this year, but I didn't get any last year either. I have a decent crop of young players though from the previous two
Well,
intakes and from the ones I've been buying. I've just been more methodical since you can only buy six at a time. Picking which position I want to upgrade with a youth player, thinking down the line. 2-3 seasons. It's nice to be able to do that, knowing that we can just keep playing the same save in FM25 and beyond. So planning for the future matters. Ah, he's talking to his mom. So Manchester City. Let's see what we get out of this. Sticking with my usual starting 11, although, man, the match fitness of some of my players is starting to really falter because there's only so many minutes to go around off the bench. Makes me wonder if I should play any rotation against Middlesbrough. But then there's a break coming, so it's tough. It's hard when you get knocked out of cups early. But, you want to play your backups in the cups. It's hard to stay in it. Still 5-3 on the Devils game. Who else is playing? Oh, there's only one other game. The Maple Leafs and the Ducks. That's less exciting. Pick up where you left off last time. I mean, it was a 4-2 win. I guess that was good. I'd like to think that we could do even better than last time. Oh, no, wait. Last time we got the clean sheet. 4-2 was the game before. Never mind. Almost conceded right away. Glad we didn't, though. I am not getting the type of passing I would hope for this early. 88 overall is not bad.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I was just saying it's nice to be able to look at positions and decide what players I want to develop for several seasons down the line because we can keep playing the same save in the
Yes,
next
we
version
can.
and beyond. And it's nice to be able to think about building for the future. It's cool to take a way more relaxed approach to it. Not who am I going to have for the next 2 to 3 seasons right away. You can be more methodical. I like it. 1-0 for me over City so far, though
Okay.
they've had some quality chances as well. Tell my players I'm not happy with how they're playing. It's not true. I am, but I can't tell them that. 2-0. Sebastio's on a tear lately. Okay, that one's coming through. It's the sergeant major giving orders to the cadets. Lights out at 7:30. Sorry, that's what it made me think of. Oh, there's Holland doing what he does, pissing me off. No clean sheet today. Not that that's a surprise. So I'm going to praise my guys because we're doing all right.
Just want to stop.
She just what? Oh, you worry about that?
I don't like hearing it. It's
Well, there's one easy solution for that. Oh, Esmeralda's playing against me. God damn it, anyway. He's their defensive midfielder. They trained Esmeralda to be a defensive midfielder. Damn them. Oh, that's not unreasonable. Yeah. 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 Well, God damn it all anyway. Gonna make late changes to this game because I didn't pay attention and didn't realize what minute I was in. I need a freaking right winger.
you hear that?
Oh yeah. Typically nothing comes through. It's not a big deal. Like, it don't
You're right.
bother me.
It bothers me.
I
It
understand
bothers
that.
me a lot.
I understand that. That's different. Just want to make sure that you know it doesn't bother me. But if it does you, I mean, that's completely understandable. Do boo do ba do boo 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 doo boo. Uh, hmm.
Mom, no, my birthday's in December.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well. Yep. Time to live somewhere else. Uh, if only it were that easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, the referee played on, and I saw the referee do that. I've never seen that before.
Ah, there you go. Something new.
Look right, look right. You
game
talking to
is
me?
game is paused for
No.
me. Oh, there it goes. Now it's catching up. Casper Kosh is their goalkeeper. Pardon me, my former goalkeeper. Who else do they have that belonged to us? Oh, well, Daramy is Danish and was on the national team. He didn't belong to either of our players, but I know just by looking that he was one of ours. So you are playing away to Tottenham. Hmm. Close game.
It is.
Let's look at their bench. No, they don't have a ton of players of our former players on this one.
What's the possession in the game?
Oh, they're
Possession?
crushing that. They got 64. But the chances are reasonably even. The XG is reasonably even. I mean, they have a bit of an advantage, but that's what you'd expect from the home team, especially a tough team. And Tottenham are still a tough team. They still got some good players here.
Yeah,
There's
but it would be nice to be ahead of one, two, three, four, five London teams.
Well, what I'm noticing right off the bat is their left back is having a terrible game, which space you could exploit. But then Ndala, who's on the right that would exploit that, is also having a terrible game.
Made for each other.
Mm. Well, I just if a better player was playing right wing for you, you might get more space. I don't know. These are just the things I see when
Oh,
I'm.
that's horrible.
Oh, your goalkeeper. Yeah, dude, what are you doing? Why did you take that step back? You could have just caught it without doing that. Maybe the sheer force pushed him back. Oh, 6-3 Devils. McLeod got his
Yeah,
second.
it might have been an empty net.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
Nope. So Mercer has two, McLeod has two, and Heischer has two. That's awesome. In hockey, they don't call that a brace, but they ought to. No, it's a hat trick or nothing. Or, the natural hat trick. I always like the natural hat trick. That one's
Huh?
kind of fun.
This is the account. Is this the account or from my registration? Why is it in his name? Yeah, but it's paid off. I thought I moved it to my name. Okay. Who does? Okay. Thanks for. Okay. I don't want his name on it anymore. Thank you. Okay.
Oh. Oh, you're playing your young goalkeeper. Okay, that explains why he might have made a bonehead mistake. I just
Still think
realized
he's
that.
better.
He's a good goalkeeper. He's got better upside. He's not as good as your other keeper yet, but yeah,
This is our game in hand too. That's
he,
the most annoying part.
he's younger. He's got more upside, you know. So playing him is good. He's not better than Quinones, but he will be. Plus, he's 5 years younger, and the difference between them is not that big.
You gotta be able to play on the left, right? How the frick can you not play on the left? I need a left back.
Left back, check. Okay, that was a nice save.
Sorry,
Now,
it was a meaningless save because I had was on my tactic screen.
oh no, it wasn't meaningless. I saw it. Come on, attack! Get out there and draw this game up.
Alright,
Davenport
dude,
on
top
the right now.
down.
Okay,
Just gonna go
so you got took a guy out that was
here.
got a 6.5 on the right, and slid a guy in that has a 6.4. All right, maybe he'll do better on the right. No, we don't know.
Who's got a 6.4?
Davenport,
Davenport started.
and he's on a 6.4.
Oh, I see 6.5.
Oh well, 6.5 isn't that much better. But I see you started him, swapped him from the striker to the right. Hopefully, he can exploit some space over there. That'd be cool. Because yeah, their left back's not playing well at all. None of their defenders are having a particularly strong game. Looks like they were being carried by their striker, and they subbed him off.
10 minutes. I don't think it's gonna mean anything, but we're gonna give it a go.
It's always worth trying something. I think. I never give up. Never give up. Never surrender. Not even a replay. Seriously, guys. uh, Fucking game. Couldn't have even just entertained me because I was watching. No. All right. Fine.
I just don't like that. Like it's just I'd rather pointless highlights than no highlights at all. I'll be
True
honest.
story. Wow, Tottenham passed you with that game. That's why they were playing so hard. Ah, screw those guys. Turn dominance into his Yes, had an assist. Good for him. Good. This is what he gets for being promoted. That's hilarious. They there was 9 seconds left in the hockey game, and the Capitals got a power play for 9 seconds, and now the game's over. Woohoo! Nice 9 second power play, guys.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. But the Devils won.
Hey,
Let's
that
take
just adds to their penalty killing stats.
I guess so, yeah.
If it was me, I'd be thrilled to have a 9 second penalty kill because it counts as a kill. Special team coach is just like, yep, that's going to make me look good. Why do the referees bother sometimes? I don't know. So 6-3 win for the Devils, though, huh? Yeah, huh? Yeah, that's right.
And now just keep it going.
Well,
See,
they had a closed door meeting not too long ago when I guess Hughes tore a strip off them and said, "You know what, guys? If we're going to make the playoffs, we have to play like a team that belongs in the playoffs."
this is very, very true.
Yeah, I think that they thought that they were going to coast this season, because they did so well last season. They got a little bit complacent, and it was showing. They were playing very complacent, but now they look like they're working. That's what you want to see. Hard work pays off.
Does my team play a ganging press style?
You don't press as hard as most teams.
don't know why they always consider that like that's the style we play. Because every time I have the training, like if the AI was doing every week it would be ganging press.
That's what they want to train? Oh, I don't know. I guess maybe
See
that's what they think
who
you should be doing. I'm not sure. Maybe it's
see
just the
who
preference
wants
that your assistant manager has as a style.
I guess that's possible.
Whoever's in charge of your training must just that must be their style.
Okay, fair. All
It
right.
would be my
Training is
guess.
all set. Training is all set.
Sometimes I see that my guy wants us to train pressing, but we do play that. So I'm just like, okay, I just leave it in once in a while. Might make a couple of small changes to it, but yeah, no, I just see what comes up each and every week at what was set at the start of the season.
Do I have my
Where was the last one of my training? Geez, it's been a while since they talked to me about training.
so if I add someone as a transfer target, whoever I have set up to do contracts is gonna make the contract offer, I guess. Is that how it works?
You're letting your director of football try to buy somebody for you? Then yeah,
My youth players.
yeah, they would negotiate it for you.
Okay, so let's see who's the best at negotiating. The under. Is it not? It's not interesting.
It's not interesting. Oh no.
Change this. Negotiating. That. And goalkeeping coach. Interesting.
So, who does your intake say are your strongest players?
Whoever I just signed, I'll take a look at it in a second.
Okay. A damn.
I'm gonna give it to my goalkeeping coach, Matt Bickley. And um,
You know, you could
transfers and
just
contracts.
sign a technical director.
I know, but I don't like doing that.
Okay, no worries.
Um,
I don't have one either. I do all those myself. I don't even have a loan manager because I do all that myself. Well, I don't see a point in paying
exactly.
somebody for something that I'm going to do myself.
Exactly.
Because yeah, I'm going to wait for my second wave of scouting reports, but it looks like you have two very good prospects.
Oh, the names of them. Jake Anderson and James Jana.
No, no,
Um,
weird. You got different potential prospects, eh?
I guess Steve Grady might be one then.
Yep, yep. He looks legit. And Andrew
Andrew
Williams.
Williams.
Yep, those are the
Andrew
two.
Williams is only given 2.5 stars.
For potential,
Yeah.
I think that has something to do with his current ability and his lack of technicals. But I have a feeling that it's wrong because that's 2.5 stars from you. I have four,
Yeah.
and that's compared to my team. And Grady has 4.5.
Oh. All right. I guess we need some some better scouts or better.
Or mine are
Yeah.
wrong. You know, like don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm doing a second round of scouting. Let's see if I can get more reports because I don't trust one report. But yeah, I've got a 4 and a 4.5 out of your youth intake. All of mine are 2 or below, even after an extra round. So I'm like, mm-hmm, fine, fair enough. Be that way.
Just
Honestly, I think my best one was the Hilton, and even he's not that great. It's weird because they put him in the decent talents and not my top talents. This guy looked the best currently, but we'll see how he is rated after more
Oh,
scouting. Did you just find something exciting?
did.
Cool.
Think.
It's really
Oh,
hard
wow.
at this level, especially with my facilities, to get a youth intake that doesn't have at least one or two players I can develop and sell to
Okay.
championship level teams. And I don't think I have even one this season, and that's rare. That's truly rare. Although my youth facilities can still be upgraded. Can I ask? No, I cannot.
Okay, two more scouts on players. Science scout, Pearson. There we go. It's probably because you're playing in Belgium as well. You're so highly rated.
Oh, we found a potential snag from Belgium, eh?
Not necessarily. The value is a bit too high for my liking,
Oh,
but on one of the, I found three players that
mhm.
are interesting. One of them uh looks really good, which is someone I can buy now. Could actually be a replacement for Davenport if we don't get to keep him.
Oh, okay,
Um,
fair.
the other two are prospects that are like 17, 18 years old. Yeah, almost like for like with Davenport.
Okay,
So I put him on my short list.
reasonable.
And he's 21, so I can't sign him this year. I have to sign him next year.
That's fair. So now that these guys have signed, let's look at them. Usually it changes right there. No, he didn't change much. Still just two. All right, well. After they sign, if they change, that's when I get excited. But no, I was expecting none of my players to actually be hidden gems. I think you ended up with two though. And then again, they have to develop to be that. So but the game is trying to get better at having more hidden gems in youth intakes, but I find that to just be like kind of silly. Like just so what you're saying is there's going to be one or two players once in a while that you just can't possibly know that they were going to be good.
Hmm.
Uh, so
And
there's yeah,
it's what's
that's
the point of having your
right.
youth intake, like your scouting
Yeah,
and your youth intake or whatever the case.
right. Exactly, precisely. You got it. All right, I am playing backups today because I have a big enough lead, and because my starters are really, really sleepy. They all have Z's after their names. No, they don't. That's ridiculous.
I actually had to think about that for a second.
Because they're sleepy. uh, but yeah, also I need some match fitness on some of these backup players. They are starting to really slip on their fitness, and I keep forgetting to put them in the U21s for games because my U21s team is also pretty set, almost in stone. That's okay. I think we can still put in a decent performance away to Middlesbrough. We'll see. Worst thing that'll happen is we won't get the points. I think we're still like 10 ahead, so no big deal.
Yeah.
I can afford a slip. Not that I'm trying to slip.
Wow. That's not gonna work. Come on, 67 million. Why is it?
Okay, I am losing.
Cool.
The whole time I'm watching this game thinking, man, we're doing pretty good. Then I realize we're not the team in red.
Jeez.
It's like, oh, wait. It took for them to score on me to realize that that wasn't my team. Clearly, I wasn't looking at the names. I was just watching the jerseys. Oh, no.
What
Okay.
is it? Sub info? Vivid. That's what I want.
Well, no clean sheet today, regardless. Sure, Middlesbrough appreciates the opportunity to get more points since they're in a relegation fight. I made my choice.
Right. Let's look at some coaches. Who can we fire?
Whoa.
Oh, did you hear that? Sorry.
Firing some coaches. You can replace them with better
Yeah.
ones.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Problem is.
Moynes ties it up. Attaboy, Moynes.
Oh, just take it this way.
You're officially the second choice striker on this team, so make it count. Oh, he's even wearing the armband today.
Santos.
Baker looks pretty happy to be starting.
Hmm.
He's been getting a lot of substitute appearances since I was forced to resign him to a bigger status. Oh, and we're losing again. Oh no, Cade Gordon, former Liverpool guy, scores on me. Bo. Bo is Moeller. Is that Nikolai Moeller up top for them? It is. Oh my gosh. Oh, they got Chakwadi. They have Chakwadi. That's hilarious. All right. Well. Oh, and Ethan Laird. Jeez. We are losing at the half
That's not good.
to Middlesbrough. We beat City, we beat United, but we're losing to Middlesbrough. This makes perfect sense. Backups, I know, but still, damn. You don't expect to be outclassed by this level to a relegation fighting team. This might show the difference in quality between my starters and backups, however, which is why I don't play my backups too much. 3-1 for Middlesbrough now. We're in trouble. We're in a lot of trouble. Oh, no, 2-1. They disallowed that one. Still berating my team. I don't care. They're happy. They're happy I'm berating them. They're like, yeah, we're terrible. Yeah, you see how you scum. Okay, let's get Hansen off there. He is just absolutely playing like garbage. So Rainford will have to go to that side so I can bring on Paul Hines. Benjamin Kelling, you're having a terrible game. Stop it. Get out. Anybody else playing particularly bad? My goalkeeper, of all people, is having a bad game. Oh, David Neto, why? Why you do this?
Assistant coach defending.
Do I change my goalkeeper? Oh, that's a tough decision.
I mean, I've done it before.
Yeah, it just feels strange to use one of your substitutions on that. I mean, it's strange that I have one on the bench. I don't normally do that.
Technical.
I just don't.
Technical.
I just don't happen to think that any of the issues we're having is his fault. So.
Hmm.
Oh, that was a. Oh, he's way offside. Okay.
Is this an ex-Rochdale player? He is an ex-Rochdale player.
And you recognized him.
Yeah.
He was trying to be inconspicuous, and it didn't work.
All right, let's see. Compare. Defending technical.
Oh, I just don't happen to think. All my guys play left back. Nobody or left wing. Nobody plays right wing on my team.
You're better coach. Look for an assistant manager.
uh,
Hey, Ollie Lancaster. So let's just make you a contract because I think yeah. You know what? We'll do it. Make you coach. Come on back to Rochdale, my friend. See what the team has been able to do without you.
fantastic. Yeah, let's go for a more attacking approach here. hmm Yep, I think that's the way forward.
Or
Okay, let's see if going more attacking will get us back into this game. Or if it'll just make things worse. I don't know. Oh, nice interception. And we scored. Yeah! Tied it up. A goal on his debut. Gotta like that. That was Liam Taylor's debut? I thought I'd played him before. Shows what I know. Come on, team. Demand more. They're responding well to my demand mores. Demand s'mores.
an A.
Some graham crackers and some. Ah, it's a draw. Well, I got a draw against Middlesbrough, so
Better
not
than a loss.
what I want. No, it's way better than a loss, which is what I was starting to expect the way they were outplaying us. Last minute tactical change, we got a point back. Oh, I'm still 14 points ahead, although Arsenal's got a game in hand. Still, though, I'll just assume I'm 11 points ahead. Oh, AGF sacked their manager. Gee, do you think? Hello, Jacob. How's it going?
Still looking for well one last coach.
Not you.
Oh,
Got him.
you did.
Yeah. Oh, the FA Cup was going on. That's right, too. So that's the one. That's why my city match was rearranged. But they got knocked out by Newcastle. Arsenal won. Burnley beat Palace. West Ham beat Oxford. So the final four for the FA Cup is Arsenal, Burnley, Newcastle, West Ham. I think Arsenal will end up winning it. Just a hunch. Okay, so now I can send everybody on vacation that isn't on international duty. Although I don't know who's on international duty, so my default will just be to send everybody on vacation.
We'll find out in on the 22nd who goes on international duty.
Well, if they go on international duty and they're on vacation, obviously they don't get the rest, but I have nothing to lose. So
So
the only thing this might affect is my under 21 squad, but because I'm sure they're going to cram some friggin' games in here. They always do that to me. All your players are on international duty. Here, play a game. It's like, it's not that easy. I have no players to select. That's also why I'm starting to sign every youth intake player that they offer me. At the very least, their bodies. How about that Curtis Jones? Yeah, how about that Curtis Jones, huh? How about him? That game is nuts. Did you catch the fact that it was the largest XG differential between two clubs in Premier League history since we started tracking the XG? That was interesting too.
Can you hear this?
Nope.
Okay, good.
I hear nothing but the silence and my dishwasher. Oh my god, ineligible. Already involved in another match today. Really? Oh god damn, that is a lot of players that I don't have access to for this game. It's not just it's worse than I thought. It's they put a under 21's game on the same day. So now I don't have anyone. You never felt so unnerved by dominant performance. I feel exactly the same way.
What game are we talking about?
Liverpool against Newcastle.
I guess Liverpool ended up losing.
No, 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 no. They won, but okay.
They
So
shouldn't have.
no, no, they absolutely should have. Like it was the most dominant performance a team has ever put in the history of the Premier League. But the game was closer than you'd like it to have been. It was only 4-2. But if the XG had anything to say, it was 8-0.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Oh man, I should show you a goal. Um, a hockey goal from yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. What game was it? It was the Vancouver game. It was the Vancouver game.
The Knuckleheads.
My third favorite team.
5 Nunez shot straight at the keeper. Fair enough. Fair enough. But, 5 clear cut
Yes.
chances still. Yes. So the goal so the XG was 7.27 to 0.59. So
I'm sorry, say that.
the XG was 7.27 to 0.59. So the differential was 6.68. It's the largest differential between two teams ever. The shots was 34-5. On target was 15-3. And yeah,
That's
so
insane.
Newcastle scored 2 out of 3 of those shots, which just not great, but what are you going to do? So yeah, that was like I said, one of the most dominant performances pretty much ever. It's still just arguably kind of squeaked it out. I mean, 4-2 is still a pretty convincing win, but you would have expected more. That's all.
It's YouTube, so make sure your sound's off.
It didn't feel good when he stepped over that penalty. Make sure my stand.
Sound off.
I can't turn my sound off until I click it without turning all of my sound off. Whatever. I think I watched this highlight already. Wait, this is the Senators' goal, not Vancouver.
Vancouver's 6th goal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I watched this highlight. Yeah. He wants that one back. Yep.
20 miles an hour that shot was.
Yeah. I
This
mean,
was the slot.
having been a goalie myself, I've let a couple of those in, and yeah, you can see the look on his face right away. You're like, oh, I should have had that one.
He was the backup goaltender too,
Corpusalo's the
and
starter.
he came in later on in that game. He didn't start that game.
Oh, he didn't start the game, but he is their starting goaltender. He's their best goaltender, Corpusalo.
That's why he did so well after it was 5. It was 5-0 after the
I really
first
wanted
period.
Lucho to get a goal for that effort. I agree, man. I don't know. It's Salah's choice, though, right? But yeah, no, poor Corpusalo. The look on his face, like I said, as a former hockey goaltender, I understand how he felt in that moment. I've had those moments too. You watch it again and just look at his face and read these words. Oh, I should have had that, because that's
Oh
exactly
yeah,
what he said. Guaranteed, that's what he said. uh,
the system goes. So we can keep Ali.
I can read his body language and know what he was thinking. Right off the bat, the first thing my mind does is remind me of one time that I went for a simple catch on a puck, and it just went under my glove and in the net. And I was like, oh,
Oh yeah,
should have
that
put my
sucks.
body in front of it. Why didn't I just stick my body in front of it? Like I went for the catch
Hmm.
off the side of my body, and I had all kinds of time to watch it coming. It was high up in the air, and I watched it come down, and I lined my glove up real nice. And I played baseball too. Like there's no reason I should have missed this. And I just, for whatever reason, it dropped faster than I expected. I put my glove down to catch it. It went just right underneath and in. And I was like, no, that can't have happened.
That's not, that's not supposed to happen.
No, no. Darn it, it's 5-1 now. I don't get a shutout. That's what happened. It was we had five already. That was the first goal I let in. And I was like, oh, and it was in the middle of the third. To my chagrin, they scored two more. It was a 5-3 final, but that's because I was feeling really disheartened about missing that one. So letting in a couple more was just like, whatever, screw these guys.
Yeah, because you don't have the shutout, you're winning. So what's
Yeah, this is it. I felt really disheartened. I mean, it was getting worried because we're getting back to the last 3 minutes and it's 5-3, and my defensemen are like, okay, settle down, seriously, or they're going to tie this thing up. I'm like, okay. Then I didn't let another
okay.
one in. Did I listen to darts at Ali Pali? It's the first match darts you've ever listened to. I don't watch darts anymore. I've always been a big fan up until a few years back when I had to quit playing because I drank too much. So I had to quit playing darts. And after I quit playing, I stopped watching too. Yeah. I used to have a pretty serious alcohol issue. I drank 20 to 25 beer every single day. World Championship was today. Well,
Yes. Do you want those? Do you want the spoiler for it or no?
Anderson won. I don't know. Hold on. Let me look.
Yes.
Anderson won. Anderson always bloody wins.
What did,
Uh, he's basically the best player now. No,
so
Anderson didn't
yeah,
win. Oh, a 16-year-old made it to the
16
final.
year old came in second.
Luke Littler.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So Anderson didn't win. All right. I gotta go see who won
So
then. Luke
I
Humphreys
assume
won. Really?
I assumed that's who he was going up against.
Oh
That's why I
no,
said
I thought
yes.
Anderson would have won. I don't know. Yeah, Luke Littler. I see his. I've looked it up now. I see his name. I knew who he was before. Was beaten 7-4 by Luke Humphreys. Still though, nice run, man. It's a great way to get recognized.
Stores fitness. Really? Really? What yet?
Uh,
Can you only what? 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 Oh, it's set pieces. I'm an idiot. I'm trying to
so
get a fitness coach to do set pieces.
so you also got to keep in mind that that's just the PDC championship. There are different levels to darts.
Stores. We want
It's a good one though. It's
no.
good. Good. I just want to see. That's really awesome. PDC knockout rounds. There it is. World Cup of Darts. Is this the one I want? No, that was in June. This is the world one. Why can't I find the goddamn table of who knocked out who and when? Gerwin Price. That's 2020. Raymond Van Barneveld qualified for his 30th World Championship. That's amazing. Okay, here's the order of merit. David Cameron from Canada. I know him. Sorry for what?
Did I say sorry?
No, no, the other Jacob said sorry. You don't need to be sorry. It's A-OK. I'm just trying to check. Oh, Jeff Smith is on there. I'm just checking which Canadians are on the qualifying list, and I'm trying to find the knockout list.
All right. I
Oh,
need one
defe-
more coach.
Peter Wright was the defending champion. Gerwin Price. Where the hell is Michael Van Gerwen? That's who I was also thinking of. Probably would have done well, but Uh,
S-
no, this is last year's. Okay, but darn it, does anybody have the knockout table for this damn thing?
I'm gonna look for one more coach while you do that.
Yeah, I'm only going to look a little bit more, but I want to find the table to see who made it to where. Okay, so World Championship 2024. Come on now. Here is this. That just shows me a list of qualifiers and last year's results. God damn it. Only £500,000 to win that tournament. Uh, okay, there it is. Okay, so Humphreys beat Littler. Okay, so semifinals was Littler beat Rob Cross. Humphreys beat Scott Williams. Quarterfinals, Cross over Doby. Littler over Dolan. Williams beat Van Gerwen. That's a nice win. Yeah, Van Gerwen's shooting 93 averages now. That's pretty low for him. Humphreys beat Chisnell. Smith, Doby, Cross, Clayton. Van Barneveld lost to Littler. God, he beat Raymond Van Barneveld. Damn. Gary Anderson actually lost in round 4. Wow. That's okay. Brandon Dolan's a good player. Michael Van Gerwen beat Bunting. Wow, 4-0. Gerwen beat Bunting. That's. I would have expected Steve to show up a little more than that. Humphreys, Cullen. Chisnell beat Gurney. Yep. Oh, wow, that's crazy. It is a different world, man. I honestly haven't watched a lot. I'm ready to go now. I haven't watched a lot since Phil Taylor retired. I wonder what. Oh, Jacob never told me what he was sorry for. What are you sorry for? Yeah, no, this young kid. Wow, getting to the final against that group of players, he knocked out Raymond Van Barneveld. Like, guy's a legend. I know he's not as good as he once was, but that's still something to say that you've done that. I played Raymond Van Barneveld. He beat me really bad. It wasn't as big a tournament as that, though.
Excuse me, 2 more seconds and then I'll be good.
Yeah, no, take your time, man.
I found.
Just want to make sure you're
I
not
have
waiting on me.
found. I have found my last coach to make sure all of my.
Oh, you didn't confuse the competition. This was the big one. Sorry, I'm just saying like there's other ones, and so I got it mixed up trying to find the table because other ones were jumping out there. But no, that's the big tournament. That's the big tournament. It is. It's the world, like the best in the world, playing to be the best in the world. So you didn't confuse anything. It was me trying to find the knockout rounds. I was confusing it because I put in World Championship and then it came up with something else. What was it that it came up with?
Question for you.
Was trying to show me the European Championships, which was a different tournament entirely. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm trying to sign a coach. He only wants to be an assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to train a specific spot in my, trainings for coaches.
Okay.
If I bring him on as an assistant coach, I'll have to. I think it's worth it. I answered my own question.
Fire your current. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. You're talking about your assistant manager, I would assume.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't want to fire my assistant manager. That's the problem.
Well, sometimes we got to upgrade.
Can you have more than one assistant manager in the game?
No, sadly
Not anymore.
not. No, I'm not firing mine, even though I know I can upgrade on him because he's James Beattie, and I'm keeping it because he's a former Accrington
No.
player and he's a legend. So, yeah, I think he was player and manager at the same time at one point. Although this is player system manager, that's not accurate. He was player manager, and he's not the greatest coach wise, but whatever. He's not going anywhere. I also know nobody will try to hire him away from me. Does he? We have a good relationship at this point. I'm one of his favorite personnel. So,
Okay, all right, you're getting fired.
oh, we didn't even get to sing "You're Getting Fired" in the morning. Ah,
The wild thing is, it's only $92,000 in compensation. I'm totally okay with that.
that is pretty reasonable considering.
So
Do
now
do boop boop do. Oh,
we can have one more coach.
okay. So I got my final scouting reports. Ah, there's so many. Let's go look at these. I don't want that team. Grady. Oh yeah, he good. And Williams hasn't upgraded yet, but Grady looks great. Really great. Really Grady. So for sure, Steve Grady, potentially Andrew Williams are the ones that look.
Where'd you go? There you are. Vito. I will be signing you in the off season.
Got a shiny new prospect, did you?
21 years old, which means I can't sign him, but he will be my left back.
Lovely.
He has what, 12 for crossing, I think it was.
You want me to reduce Tonsberg as a star player status for me? That is odd.
12 for crossing. And he's 21. Of course that's not gonna go up, but
Still going to play the majority of the time, so I doubt he'll be upset if I change him from star player to important player.
you know what sucks?
Vacuum cleaners.
Yes. You know
Hmm.
what else sucks?
Sure.
I'm gonna I'm gonna lose a bet because of a blowout.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sorry, but Vegas getting shut out 3-0 for the first goaltender to ever post a shutout in the Winter Classic to lose my bet the other day was a pretty big slap in the face. But do tell me yours. I want to hear yours.
Oh, so it was just a $10 bet.
Okay.
It's the other two legs hit. It was $10 to win 15, so it wasn't like anything crazy.
Mhm.
But I need one more rebound from James Harden. But the score is 102-82. So it's a 20-point game, and then not even in the fourth quarter, his team's winning. So chances are, um, the starters are going to sit the entire fourth quarter.
Yep.
So, oh well, it sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, there's a chance he comes out in the fourth quarter at some point, but I think it's unlikely.
I'm not going to disagree. Escher got his first international goal for Switzerland.
Nice.
Wow, a lot of my players got their first international goals just now. Ingvar Johnson for Iceland got his first. Good job, pal. Good job.
Instant is back.
Sebastio's off the mark for Portugal. Man, he is scoring up a storm lately. Oh, Stemenkovic just got his first goal for Serbia. This is turning into an exciting tournament already. What tournament are we playing here? European qualifying. Okay, all right.
Qualifiers.
So we're into the final already? That's what it says.
So we just signed 60-year-old Roy Keane as an assistant manager.
60-year-old Roy Keane, eh?
Yeah,
Wow. We're pretty far into the future.
just a wee bit.
So that means Roy Keane in real life is 50? Wow, I
Let
didn't
me see.
actually know he was that old. Doesn't seem like it's been that long since he played.
Thank the Lord. Okay, all of my
Oh my God, he's 52. All right, I feel old. I remember watching him play just the other day. I swear. Wow.
ready for this.
Yes, I am. I think.
All of my training categories except set pieces, which I can fix.
Hmm.
All of my training categories are at 4.5 or better with all light training. Finally.
Damn, I don't
It
think
only took forever.
I don't have 4.5 anymore. I still got 3.5 on one of my set pieces. I still got 3.5 on one of my fitness. Damn, dude, you got
Set
better coaching
pieces
than me.
is 3.5, and that's the only one, but that's because he was a new gen when we ported this over. But yeah, now I can work on my under 18s.
Hmm. Now you got me wondering if I should be looking around at upgrades. Probably. A couple of these guys are really. Stuart Parnaby. When is your contract up? Random follower. Hopefully it's not another bot. Say hi if you're not a bot. I'd appreciate it. Oh, his contract's up at the end of the year, so I can replace him. I wanted to. Oh, damn it. God
What?
damn it. Of course it's a bot. Oh, he put it right in the
What?
public chat, though. It wasn't a private message this time. This is the kind of shit you get all the time. You want to see it just before I ban them. They do this.
Oh,
Like,
I see it.
yeah, some bullshit, man. Get a job, asshole. Yeah, Jacob, good. I know you're not a bot. You got a big ring around you that says subscribers, so I cannot confuse you for anybody else. Not a bot, not a bot. That's something a bot might say. I'm a bot. That's also something a bot might say.
You never know.
It's impossible
You've never.
sometimes. I mean, it might not even be a bot per se. It could actually be a person with just nothing better to do with their time, but it's still. Jakey is totally a bot? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, how else would Rochdale be in the Premier League?
I mean, it's some pretty good logic right here. Who else gets 4 promotions with a team that has no money whatsoever consecutively? Has to be a bot. Hacksaws! Call the admin. Oh, wait, that's me. Nah, he's just doing good. It's pretty crazy, actually. I didn't think I'd be winning the Premier League. I'm like, man, it'd be really great if I could finish in a European spot, but I'm going to fight for the middle of the table. And then all of a sudden, we're just first. My defensive football is paying off. I've even got the clean sheet lead right now still. And despite the fact that it's defensive football, I'm second in goals. Stamenkovic is actually only 2 behind Haaland and
Huh.
7 ahead of Angelo, who's in third. My former player, Angelo, for Lingby. 79 million is all they paid for him.
Is he in the first team?
Who?
My striker. I can't find him in the Denmark squad.
I. Who are you talking about?
There he is. Peter Rittig.
Oh, Peridic. He's probably on the under 21s.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I don't think he'd be on the senior team yet.
The color that they use is so close, so similar to
Mhm.
the white. That's why I couldn't find them. They
uh,
get like
you know how it is.
green
All
or
the whites look
something.
the same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
uh, we are and Jesper Peterson improving on the internet. Oh, good. Jesper Peterson definitely plays for the top Denmark squad. I know that. Let's go look at the Danish national team, see how much I recognize. Hoyland is the starting striker. Ugh, they're definitely picking it by form because there's no way he's better than Kargard. Daramy, Peterson, Asp Jansen, Frollo, Stephenson, Tonsberg, Nelson, Guardsfall, Kosh. Oh, Guardsfall's up there finally. Good for him. Finally developed into a big. Where's he played? Oh, he's on Liverpool, loaned to Barcelona. Interesting. Michael Peterson's up there. And he's still the starter for Lyngby. See, this, like I said, every once in a while, the game will throw in a face on a player that you don't expect. You know, like most of the Danish players, they made them all look like Vikings. But then all of a sudden, I get Michael Peterson, and he looks like half Asian, I think. So did it take into account? Does he have another? He doesn't have another language or anything. But yeah, no, he's just randomly half Asian guy. Why not? It could happen,
Yeah,
right?
it could.
It could. So I like that it adds some diversity to it, just to make sure that not everybody is a stereotype of themselves.
Here, here, here. Contract. You do not have a relegation release clause. So we're gonna hope that you get relegated this year. I think you can do it. We're cheering for you.
Hmm. Yeah, I met a Japanese guy one time, and I asked him. I said, "So
Me
what
too.
was it like growing up in Japan?" He's like, "I don't know. I grew up in Cuba." What? That's great. Didn't even know. Uh,
Oh, excuse me. 11 o'clock.
mhm. Getting tired, are you?
No, I'm just not wanting to work tomorrow.
Well, I don't want you to work tomorrow either, but there's only one way you can do that, and that's by being rich.
Sure. I really hate the fact that we can only sign 6 under 21s now.
Oh, believe me, some Premier League teams feel similarly about that.
Chelsea.
Chelsea would probably be one of them. Would be my guess is that they would definitely be one of them.
All right, it is the end of the third quarter. The
Hmm.
Clippers are up by 16 points.
So they're unlikely to put their starters out for a while anyway. Depends. If the other team gets on
Yeah.
a run, you might see them. 16 points is not
Yeah,
a
but I
not a
don't.
huge gap.
It's not a huge gap. You're right, but also at the same time, it's 16 point. I don't know. Sucks when you lose by
Oh,
thing,
one rebound, absolutely. Hmm.
1 rebound, 1 point, one anything.
Yep. One game was it for me the other day. Got 7 out of 8 games correct. That's hard to do.
It is. Even if you pick all whatchamacallits,
Favorites.
favorites. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so I got 3 staff contracts expiring. 2 of them are fitness coaches, so that's where I can improve those. Top 50 Wonder Kids. How many do I have? I'm going to guess 3. I have 5.
With one.
Well, you would have had 2, but you sold me one.
So I had two.
Yeah, but you sold me Nico Escher, and he's one of them. So let's see: Rodriguez, Rueda, Barrier, Escher, and Bulatovic. I didn't actually know this guy would be a wonder kid. Oh, he's on loan. That's why I haven't been watching him. Barrier, huh? Good. Didn't
Arden
notice.
is back in the game, everybody.
He's
With
back
one
in.
rebound.
Get
He's
one
back in.
effing rebound. That's kind of what he does at this point in his career.
Move
He's
on somewhere.
almost exclusively a boards guy. So let's see. I got West Ham at home, Southampton away, and Crystal Palace away. This isn't too bad. Then I got Wolves at home, and we all know Wolves is overachieving. Then Aston Villa away, Newcastle, oof, and then Liverpool, oof. So my last couple of games are really tough, but I don't know. I feel pretty good about staying in first with this gap now. A large number of South Vietnamese ended up in Argentina as refugees. Exactly, right? So there you go.
Hello, buddy. Oh, you're on loan from Accrington. Never mind.
Somebody's on loan from Accrington?
Yeah.
Wait, was it the very player I was
Mhm.
just talking about, Bulatovic?
Yeah, it was.
Milan Bulatovic? I'm like, "Oh, how come he's one of the oh, he's on loan from my team." That's why I didn't know he was one of the, wonder kids because I haven't been watching him. I bought him from Red Star and loaned him back immediately, so he hasn't even been to my team yet, so I haven't seen anything he's been doing.
Sure, that makes sense.
Still though, 36th. I didn't know Barrier was gonna be on this list when I bought him either. Makes me feel good about choosing him though.
Have to have a release clause because you're in Spain. 10 million. 10 million for a defender. Let's give you a scout.
I was supposed to read the other message first. Which one? Oh
You
no.
used to. Okay.
Mixed personality traits.
Guess we can let you go out on loan.
My
We won't
goalkeeper
use you
making
though.
positive development message. I love those.
James Harden gets his fourth rebound.
You did it.
Yes, sir.
You are a winner. Okay, so Rodriguez actually got some negative effects from the influence of this group. That's strange. Oh, let it ride. Friends of mine born and raised in Argentina speak fluent Spanish and they're Vietnamese.
Jeez, no. This-
Above that. I don't know how the hell I managed to miss that. Some good friends of mine from Argentina and Vietnam ethnicity, but their parents immigrated in the 80s. I understand now, but yeah, it's you just never know what somebody's from just by looking at them. I was caught in having one of my personal biases. He was impressed that I could tell that he was of Japanese descent. He's like, "You can tell?" I'm like, "Yep." So I can't actually tell most, not all, but most Asian people apart from where they're which country of origin they have, or I can at least narrow it down a little bit. But still, that's still tough to do. Sometimes I'm just like, I have no idea. Listening to them talk is a lot easier. Even if they're speaking English, you can tell from accents usually, as long as you're used to that kind of thing. But obviously, he didn't have a Japanese accent at all. He had spoke flawless English.
They didn't take the rebound away from him, did they?
Japanese heritage, raised in Cuba, spoke flawless English. So you know he worked at that. Though to be fair, I think a lot of people in Cuba
Got
speak
caught.
English now.
Clubs in England set to release youth players. I don't think any of these guys will be for us anymore.
I don't look at them now anymore either, because at this point, if they didn't want them, they probably weren't decent. This is one of those things where when you're in League Two, League One, you're like, ooh, scanny.
Yeah, right.
The first generation has that issue with the stray dogs for years until council got involved. City councils, who needs them? Just kidding, they're great, but not always. Ah,
It's Tobin. Josh Tobin. I don't think he was at the, we were at the club with him.
is this Ross Sykes? Oh, he's 33. Ross Sykes is 33 now. He's playing in. Uh, I've never heard of this team. Oh, they're Belgian.
What's the name of the team?
Royal Union Saint Gillois.
Galleon.
Gil,
It's
Gil,
like
Gillois. Gillois. But he's 33. It looks like he's actually Belgian national now. Oh wow, he went there like first season from Accrington and has played there ever since. And now actually a Belgian citizenship. Look at that. That's an interesting career trajectory for him. Only because I wasn't running the team, I never would have sold him. Talk to the team about European chances. Okay, go team. That's my team talk. And they're like, yeah, go team. We're that. Hey, those are us guys. We're those guys. Gotta love free transfer day as a League One team. Yep, League One, League Two. It's like they're getting rid of all these youth players they didn't want. Those are starters for us sometimes. Baby, hand them over. It's like a gold mine. And then once in a while, they let go of one that's actually a reasonable prospect, somebody that could become decent in like a championship. I even had one time that ended up becoming a Premier League starter for me that they let go of in one of those. I'm like, wow, it's a hell of a grab. It was Manchester United, and I remember which team it was too. They let go of one of their players, and I snatched him up and developed him, and he became a very, very good Premier League player. Not talking like star or nothing, but he was good. He was pretty good. Give me that Reese Williams. I did somebody release Reese Williams in one of yours? No, on mine it was actually a player that people know. Oh, he's playing. This was a couple seasons ago, so it was a bit more odd. I mean, people know who he is now. Middlesbrough. This guy. He was a real player. Wasn't even a new gen. It was Ethan Laird. And yeah, see, Manchester United. And they released him. They didn't keep him. And I signed him up, and he ended up becoming a very good Premier League right back. And as you can see, he's currently playing in the Premier League as a right back. Of course, this was on a different game, not this one, but there he is again. I doubt they released him this time, though. No. Oh, wait. There was a free signing for him there. Oh, no. Yeah, no, they did let him go again, but not as a youth. He was quite a bit older, it looks like, on this one. Go back and look at him again. Oh, shoot. No, he's not on the starting. Where is he? There he is. So yeah, United had him. They loaned him, and it looks like they let him go for free. Then he signed into Germany, and he got sold for 10 million back to the Premier League. Oh, the goalkeeper that went Banzu. Sure, you're talking about him, Gavin Banzu. I think that's who you mean.
Running by Liverpool. You have a release clause, 120 million. So you want to pay that?
No, it wasn't him. Not Banzu, Bazunu, Gavin Bazunu. That's who I thought you were talking about. Banzu Bazunu. Well, I was close, but yeah, Bazunu. But it's not him. Who is Gavin Bazunu currently playing for? Southampton. So he's in the championship. They have to Google? I'm sorry. I'm starting to think it might be Gavin Bazunu that you're thinking of. Even from last season. Oh no, I'm losing to West Ham. What the hell, guys? Just come back and we instantly got scored on. Man. Need more clean sheets. We're conceding far too often lately. And early. All right, tied it up, but still. Damn it. Not happy with that start. I'm making him do work. He's got to Google. And Stamikovic makes it 2-1. Still pissed off that we let in our first shot.
Okay, we let in our first two.
Well, I mean, hopefully you scored a couple of yours as well. Oh
That's not
no,
really how.
shit. They just tied it up at 2, so we let in our first 2 as well. Why is my team playing like garbage? We're at home. It's West
So
Ham. What the hell's going on here, man? There's no reason for us to be conceding. Can't find him now? You sure it's not Gavin Bazunu? I'm pretty sure that's the only Manchester City goalkeeper that went to a lower league team and he got relegated with them last year. I'll bet it's him. I'll bet that is right. Bet it's Gavin Bazunu. If it's another guy, though, by all means, tell me, and I'll be like, it'll be one of those moments. Those are fun.
Yeah.
And we almost gave it away to give him a lead. Jesus. Oh my God, are we ever playing bad? And they just injured my left winger. Fucking unreal. It's not enough when they're making us look bad in the game. They also get us a grave injury. Don't you just hate that?
Mm.
Insult to injury. Or I guess more accurately at this point, adding injury to insult. Haha. He was Leluyos, starting goalkeeper last year when he had. I I wouldn't know. I don't watch other streamers. I'm sorry.
That's
Maybe.
not a penalty, referee.
And my goal got disallowed. Wow. Wow, this game is getting a little out of hand here. Okay, I gotta pause this so I can read that. You thought you saw him starting somewhere. Well, of all of the starting Premier League goalkeepers currently, none of them were on Manchester City. Last year it was Gavin Benzunu, and that might be who you're thinking of. I don't know. I'm convinced that's who it is, but at the same time, I could very easily be wrong. I don't have a fucking right winger.
The referee just called halftime while we were inside their 18.
Well, that referee's getting paid off.
Oh my God.
God, I can't believe how this game is going. Like, did we just forget how to play football after this break? That's really what it looks like. I don't even recognize my team here. Playing like total trash. The numbers are in our favor, of course, but that doesn't matter when you're giving up 2 easy goals. They still only have the 2 shots on target, but they put them both in. And for some reason, we can't score to save our lives because, man, we got a lot of chances here. Oh, look at that. Glorious chance. Shot it right at the keeper. Effing hell. This is starting to look like that Liverpool game the other day. Except for that Liverpool still won. Oh, here they come for their winner. Oh, that was close. That was very close. And then the replay is all them again. These are the kinds of games, if you lose them, oh, and we're losing. This is the frustrating shit right here. This is where you start to hate the game. Losing 3-2 at home to West Ham. We haven't lost a home game. Oh, wait. They called their goal back. Okay, still, though. It's still a good. Oh, and they injured my right back, and I have no extra players. James Trafford. Wait, when did he play for City? Oh, did he probably hold on. I'm down a player in extra time with no subs, and here they come to score a fucking winner. Oh god damn it. Still a horrible fucking draw. And two injuries. Like what the fuck? These are the kinds of games that make you real mad. Burnley, like a year and a half ago. Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's what you mean. I was still stuck on the this season part. I was like, I don't remember anybody going this season. But yeah, okay. James Trafford, fair enough. He wasn't as highly rated as Benzuna was. I don't know what to do about these
All right,
injuries.
we lost 3-0.
Yeah. At least you didn't get a bunch of injuries on top of it all. Yeah. Fucking game.
Well,
14th West Ham at home. Uh
you're still 12 points ahead. Well, let's go 9 points. Let's assume they get their game in hand.
yeah.
Let's go defense. Let's do this technical chance creation, chance conversion, and ball retention. Okay. Tie game with a minute left.
He was listed in the city squad. That's okay. It's all good.
I guess so.
And he became a starter at Burnley. All of it's because youth team release day. Yes, of course. Of course. I understand. I get it. I dig what you're saying. He was one of those players. Benzuna was not released on. He wasn't released. He was sold, but not for much. I think he was going to leave for free because he wasn't going to get playing time.
Oh, just no.
At least I
All right.
think they
So
sold him.
to win my other $10 parlay that I did, I need the Utah Jazz to beat the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons are 3-30 at the moment. Utah is 15-19. The game is tied 132-132, and Detroit, who I need to lose, has been leading virtually the entire game.
They did sell him. Yeah. I thought that if he got that one rebound, you won.
It's a different parlay.
Oh, oof, you bet on a lot of things.
I do.
Well, as long as it's not a problem for you.
No. I like to think it's not.
Is Liam Delap still on their books? I don't know. I'm not sure. Interesting question, though.
Okay, Detroit's got the ball. And Utah steals it. CC's. Oh, this is from the Wonder Kid list. Not good enough. Excuse me, you didn't hear that.
No, I didn't. All I heard was "excuse me." So now I know you did something, but I didn't hear it. I'll assume it was some form of gaseous passeus, but I did not hear a thing.
It was a bit, but yeah. Has your value gone up at all? Probably not.
Yay, positive development messages. I like those. That means players are getting better. Their current abilities are going up.
Oh, let's put you on the short list. I think you're already on the short list. You are.
So Liam Delap is at Hull City. Now that I had a moment to look. He is at Hull City. Why not? I got my scout scouting the wrong formation. I don't know if I care. It's like they're still going to get mostly the players I need. It's also going to find AMCs, but if I can convert them to wingers, what do I care? That's because I've been jumbling up my tactics. It used to be the first slot was my main tactic. Now it's the third slot, but whatever I assigned to them to scout was on the first slot, and that's what they only scout the first slot now. So I guess if I moved that one to first and that one to third, it would scout the right formation. There's no easy way to change it though.
Jordan?
Too much work. I'll just leave it.
All right, that UAE. Wow. A wonder kid from the UAE. Was he born?
Who did
This is
AGF get
interesting.
for manager? I don't know. I'll go look. Eric Ornland? Yeah. I don't know. Whoever this guy is. You got a Norwegian guy. Doesn't look terrible. He came from Nordsland. So they just stole a manager from within their own division. Oh yeah, they slipped to the bottom. They're in the relegation stage. I mean, they're first place in the relegation stage, but still, AGF ended up in the bottom half. So no wonder they fired their manager. Lingby is leading. AGF won the division in 27-28, and other than that, it's been Lingby every year. I imagine you wanted to pick the next manager, but you were a bit too late for that one, eh?
Yeah, that's no biggie.
Yep. No. That's not you.
Hmm.
No. I was just wondering. He wanted to know who AGF got for manager because he wanted to pick their next manager, but should have done that when they
Wow.
fired the manager. They already hired one, so I'm not going to make any changes there.
Why are you
Tisn't a
having
problem.
absolute?
I don't know. I was just wondering the same thing about my striker because he shouldn't have one. After that debacle of a game, though, I kind of want to play a different system for this next game. Hold team meeting. Yeah. Didn't work out last time. We can qualify for the Champions League with a win here. That is amazing. Best thing I've heard all day.
Causes. Let's see. Let's do some more math. Your transfer value is 37. 40% of the profit is what will be owed. So what did we buy you for? We bought you for 13 and a half. So 13 and a half. Let's say 37 minus 14 is 24. S- So 40% of 24 is 9.6. So if we sold them for the minimum value, we'd have to pay more than what the buyout is. So we're going to trigger the buyout because it's less. Oh, it's signed for 13.5 million. Yeah, that's what I said, right? Yeah. All right, we're going to buy the clause. Don't you like how the math works out like that?
I had to look through our chat because I was like, Bulatovic, isn't that midfielder I told you at one point? Hey, you should sign this guy. He's got a really low release clause. And you're like, nah, it is him. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll sign him. And then just now you saw him on the Wonder Kids list, and he was on loan at Red Star, and you're like, now you're interested in him.
Oh, it's a little too late.
I mean, but I told you a couple seasons ago, like, you should sign this guy. He's got a really low release clause. I don't want him. He plays central midfield, and I don't use a central midfielder. I still don't know what I'm going to do with him.
See, the game's going to overtime.
Yeah, so that 16-point lead didn't mean shit, huh? Oh, a different game?
Yeah, different game.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the basketball game. Like, really? Overtime in basketball is pretty rare. But yep,
All right.
that amuses the hell out of me. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. They'll probably loan him out, sell him once he gets to be worth more.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, because I mean, he doesn't play a position I use unless he can be retrained as a winger. I should consider that. Let's go look at him. Oh yeah, no, I think he'd actually turn out to be a pretty good winger. Got decent marking tackling. He could even be trained as a defensive midfielder, which I use a lot, but got really good physicals. I feel like I could just train him to be a right winger and he'd be a hell of an addition there. That's what I did with Esmeraldo. I trained him to be a winger and he turned out to be a really good one. Okay, going into this game reasonably healthy, knock on wood. Both players that were knocked out of the last game made it back for this one.
Perfect timing, Matt. I just got home from watching AEW live.
AAW?
AEW. Uh,
AEW.
yeah, a wrestling company.
Oh, wrestling. Ah, gotcha.
That's his. Besides baseball and myself, that's his second love. Is wrestling. I would argue.
Interesting. I liked wrestling when I was a kid.
Oh no, like all of the whole group chat that we're in is based off of when they were younger. They were all in a wrestling group on Facebook.
Hmm.
All right, let's go back to this basketball game and see how it's going. Not a single highlight thus far. Although we are getting winning the possession battle. Ugh. One highlight in the half. Polio. Maybe we shouldn't be ripping the crosses.
Oh,
You ripped it.
that damn raid thing always scares the hell right out of me. That's so not used to it. All right, winning 1-0 at half. That's lovely. Hello. Never expect to hear that sound. I think I also made it a little too loud. Well, at any rate, a bunch of raiders have arrived. How about that?
Hello, everyone.
Hmm. Let's go and see. I have a sneaking suspicion it will be a football manager raid. Oh yes, of course. Of course it is. Naturally. Hopefully a good game going on over there. Some interesting type save. Don't always get to find out though. Most raiders are like taken off right away, so I don't always get to find out. I can't beat Southampton. That's your team. I'm sorry. I have to. I'm trying to do well here.
Trying to win the Prem.
I'm trying to win the Premier League. Yeah, it's going pretty well. Cross, how are you doing? How's your save going? If you can tell me about it, I'm sure you got to take off. That's why you're rating. But I'd love to know what you're doing. Point is good, but good. I am not happy with these guys so far. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate it. All right. Managing Las Palmas in Spain in second season title racing, surprisingly. Have you told me about that before? I feel like you stopped by and told me that before. All of a sudden, I've got a terrible memory. I do apologize if you have. Uh, yeah, my memory is awful. Most
Oh,
people know that. I definitely had a raider stop by. No, it wasn't you. Okay, I've definitely had a raider not too long ago stop by playing the same team. So how about that? I mean, our save is going great. It's been a long time. We started this at the very, 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 very beginning, actually, shortly before the public beta of FM23. It started as a Denmark build a nation. We did as well as we could. We got the nation up to sixth, which was as high as we were going to get with two user based teams. And then, strangely enough, both of our favorite lower level English teams came open at the exact same time in the exact same division, which was in Vanarama. So we decided, to hell with this, we're jumping ship. We took over our favorite teams in England. And we've gone from there to the Premier League, and now we're in the Premier League. It's like I said, it's pretty far into the future now. So, but it's going fantastic. It's going pretty darn great. My team, no
it's
surprise, but
still.
Jacob's team, he got to the Premier League with no budget whatsoever year after year. So his journey has been far more impressive than what I'm doing.
I promise I won't rant as soon as they all get in here. I'll keep my mouth shut tonight.
You're not going to rant? Oh, okay.
No.
You can rant if you'd like. Ranting's fun
First,
sometimes.
first highlight that they get all game
Hmm.
is a goal in the 75th minute,
Mm.
and we've been controlling the game the entire game,
Well,
mind you.
that's not a rant. That's just a valid. I would say complaint, but I don't even really
And
know.
we can't score.
I mean, I'm having a similar trouble. I have scored once in this game. Luckily, we haven't conceded either. Whole bunch of follows. How about that? Crazy. Normally, people raid with people that are lurking, which is a-okay. I never mind lurkers. I stream at odd hours on purpose so that I don't get too big a crowd to keep up with. It can get overwhelming. I had one stream one time where I got raided by like 100 people. I couldn't believe that, and there was like 30 people chatting and all at the same time, and I was like, oh man, this is exactly why. That's too hard. How do big streamers do that? I don't know how they could possibly chat with that many people all at the same time. It is insane. I guess they don't really. I have checked it out, and for the most part, they just ignore the majority of people. What can you do? Honestly, you cannot engage with that many people simultaneously. It's not feasible. But nice, quiet, small-ish crowds are great. It's my preference. So I'm happy to see when somebody pops in with 15 viewers. That is just my thing right there. That is beautiful and perfect, and I appreciate you and thank you. Oh, and another follow. Thanks for that. And the nice thing is that usually follows after a raid aren't bots. It's usually people. Although it's hilarious to me how many people follow and then directly unfollow. I've never understood why people do that, but it happens a lot. One of those interesting concepts. I think a lot of streamers have talked about that. I've seen it in the Twitch Reddit a lot. People talk about how after a raid you get a lot of follows, but then most of those people aren't followers the very next day. And I'm like, well, then why did they bother? I don't get it. I don't know a lot about Twitch, granted. So I mean, I only joined it to do this. So
I'm kind of curious to see if that kind of doesn't happen anymore with you just streaming FM
yeah,
and
now,
instead of
well,
multiple
yeah,
games.
I am streaming multiple games again. Some of my subscribers were like, "You
Okay.
can't only stream FM." I'm like, okay. They like the other stuff too. So it's a couple of people like, well, this is how I discover new games sometimes is I see you playing them. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Or some people like, I really like seeing you rant and rave over your FPS playing. I'm like, yeah, that's fun too. And I dig it. I dig it. So I understood. I try to keep subscribers happy. My game is over.
I don't even hit continue, I guess then.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Right. The score is 149, 142 with a minute and 20 left in the game.
It's your first year properly into FM. Wow, that's crazy. I have been working on this game for 21 years. So, it's a big difference between you and I suppose, but welcome if there's anything I can help you with. That's what I'm here for. I have qualified for the Champions League. People in cross Discord roped you into it. Yeah, that can happen. Absolutely. Yeah. I've roped a few people into this game. Let's see. I got 65 million as a transfer budget. Not bad. It's about the same as last year, honestly. But they upped my wage budget to 830,000 per week. That doesn't suck. No, 21 years I've worked on this game. I work on Football Manager. I actually came in with the Eastside Hockey Manager team way back in the day. I'm in Canada, so that explains that part. But no, I work on Football Manager. No, not the save. Not the save. Football Manager, the game when it was Championship Manager, and even prior. I do testing, research. I've researched several teams. The biggest team I research for is Accrington Stanley. That's why I play as them right now. But I research for several lower division English teams, and I do database building. I've done a whole lot of the database building because we brought a lot of our knowledge and expertise from Eastside Hockey Manager. We kind of crossed over because we learned more from working with. Yes, that's right. I work for Sports Interactive. I actually work for Sega Europe, but Sports Interactive is who I do most of my work with. I do a lot of testing for other things for Sega as well. I started testing in 1992. I tested the original Doom. I have a small team of people that we test games, and that's kind of how I got my foot in the door for video gaming. And then I started learning coding, and I contributed to Eastside Hockey Manager. And then when we joined Eastside Hockey Manager, joined Sports Interactive for a few years, although that didn't go well because distribution was terrible. But yeah, anyway, long story short, I've been working on Football Manager ever since.
Can you save it?
Yep, absolutely, man.
Thanks.
Absolutely. So I started streaming a few years ago because people would ask me a lot of questions about the game, friends and whatnot, and they're just, "Why don't you stream? That way you can show people." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess." Like, how do you stream? It was funny. It's a really funny exchange to like. I'm like, people will watch you play video games. My God, why? I didn't get it. Right? Like, why would you want to watch somebody else play? I get it now because it's social. Now I understand the value of this, and I've been doing it long enough that it's cool and I enjoy it. Yeah, I can do that. I've actually done that numerous times. Yeah, there are ways to do it. You want to learn how to sell players at their value. You want to learn how to buy players for less. I get it all the time. I'm one of the few people. The reason I do the streaming is because I want to be able to show people things. They post things on our forums. Like I moderate the biggest group on Facebook for Football Manager, and things come across there, and I want to be able to answer things because the biggest complaints of the game are, well, why can't I buy this player for 25 million? You went to this lower level team, and it's like, well, you can. You could do the same thing. The AI has no advantage over you. Yes, I can almost certainly answer questions that other people can't or won't, and that is the thing that I do the most of. Ticked off some short-term milestones. You must feel rather confident. I do. Thank you. I like making milestones. I like how you tick off the milestones, like you're pissing them off, poking them. But selling players, I've done that so many times. I don't mind doing it again, though. I kind of just wish that I would be less lazy and make like VODs out of the bits that answer questions.
Shit.
Yes, I can show you the best way to sell at value. There's multiple methods to going about it. Absolutely. Yeah.
He does a fantastic job of getting teams to bid on players
Oh
and to
yeah.
bidding wars too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's not that
basically,
difficult.
so this is your first full year in FM. You might have heard the fact that a lot of people had trouble selling their players in last year's game. Well, I never had that problem because he was able to always get teams to just get in bidding wars, even when you know there
Yeah.
was no interest in the beginning.
Anyone I
It's
play this game
it's
with doesn't have those problems.
it's quite impressive, I have to say, seeing
Yeah.
it firsthand.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things that just aren't in the manual. There's so many things about Football Manager that are kept purposely ambiguous for people to figure out. And then you get tons of streamers who will just give, I'm sorry, I hate to say, but inaccurate information because they're guessing, and it's not that they're inaccurate all the time, but there is a lot of false information out there. Like I, I don't care to name any names. I'm just going to say like the things that bother me. The number one thing that I hate hearing about this game that is just absolutely not true is that the AI learns your tactics. No, it doesn't. The game's not that smart. I like that you give us this much credit, that you think that the AI in this game is that sophisticated, but it's not. The AI doesn't learn your tactics at all, ever. So that's one of those ones that I'm just like, okay, you know, that was my favorite one to read on our forums, Reddit, and Facebook, and everything else. When people post that stuff, they're like, "Oh, the AI is learning your tactics. They're adjusting to the way you're playing." I'm like, "No, they're not. I can tell you what is happening, but it's not that." That's one of my favorites. You played it for 7 days. Damn. Yeah. Okay. So you got a lot to kind of absorb. I hope you're not overwhelmed. What team did you start as? Pick somebody decent. I know I recommend to most people, like if you don't have a favorite team, start as a big team for your first go around just to learn the mechanics. Manchester City. I got my friend Juan playing it a while back, and he started off as Manchester City, and he's having a lot of fun. Southampton. You started as Southampton. Okay, so you already had a favorite team in mind. So you got yourself a bit of a challenge, which is also fun. Nothing wrong with that. So when you set up your game, I'm going to start addressing a couple of things that I'm sure you're having issues with by asking a couple questions. What size database did you choose? So you got another player. Started off at Lyon. Right on. My wife's from France. Trying to do better than they are in real life. Got them qualified for Europe. Nice. Signed two players. Nice. Bourne really did not like that. Got sacked at the start. Oh god, that's hardcore. That is hardcore. That shit shouldn't happen, man. I hope that's one of the many things that'll be getting improved going forward. I know that, but it's really you signed two players over 27 and they sacked you.
That's rough. I'm sorry.
That's the kind of thing I just don't think should happen. But mm,
I agree. It's like it should be similar to OOTP in the sense, as long as you're getting results, the
yeah.
board gives you more leeway to do whatever you want.
Oh, look at the profits, man. I got fourth, you got fifth on profit. Look at us go. We profiting
Well,
because we have no
okay,
money to spend.
you will, yeah, but you also paid $40 million for Escher.
Yeah.
You paid a lot of money for him.
Yes, I did. I'm just reading, trying to keep up with all these questions. Started playing on console. What's the last year in the game? I haven't played the console version, but I think it's basically the old touch version. So I think it has a 20-year limit, but I don't know. I assume that it would have the 20-year limit. I don't work on the console version at all, but I did work on touch for a long time, and I think it's the same. You got Marshall on a free inside. That's cool. Only had 2 million to work with. Well, I mean, that's why you got to get free players if you don't have much money to work with. That's great. Database. Okay, so the database at the very, very start is you choose a size. You can pick a small database, medium database, or a large database. You can also get in and do it like custom and add certain players from certain leagues and levels and nations. I'm sure you didn't do that. But you load up which leagues are playable, which leagues are viewable. This is all done at the very, very beginning. And then you pick your database size. So that all has a huge impact on how easy it is to buy and sell players. You did a quick start. All right. So that's fine. How many playable leagues did you make from your quick start? Do you recall how many of your leagues are playable? If you don't know, it's okay. I can show you how to find out if you have your game open. You have it open and show us just can you show us? I'm just in a match though. Okay, yeah, let me know when your match is done. Not a problem. Maybe I'll be in a match by the time your match is done. Then we'll really have to wait, but that's okay. All right, so title race. Let's take a look at this here. Arsenal play Rochdale next. Could you beat them, please? Pretty please.
I mean, I'll do my damnedest,
I'd
but
be really happy. I understand that that's a tough one for you, man. But you're at home at least.
every
Uh,
team that we have to play for
mhm.
the rest of the season is above us in the standings.
Well, it's the best time to get points. You're only 9 points from safety, man. Not to put any pressure on you, but who does Villa? You know what? Let's go look at who Aston Villa plays left on their schedule.
You, Wolves,
Oh, they play me. Okay, well that's
and Wolves.
West Ham,
Tough.
Southampton, Pal. Yeah, they have to win at least 3 of those games, and you have to lose all of them, and that shit ain't happening. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty
You've
sure
met
you're
my team
safe.
yet?
I'm pretty sure you're
Have you met
safe.
my Have you met my team?
You're not going to lose every game, are you? That'd be a terrible idea. I wouldn't do that if I was you.
Trust me, it's not the goal. That's all I can
So
say.
yeah, you got Arsenal, Palace, Fulham, City, Chelsea, United. Oh God, that's gross. What a terrible way to want to end the season.
Yep.
And you lost to Everton. I'm so sorry. Oh, it was an away game, but fucking Everton. Fuck Everton anyway.
The last league game we lost 6-0 at home to Arsenal. Just so you know.
I am aware of what they're like. They're dickheads. They beat me too. But if you beat them, I'm pretty sure that wraps up the title race. Yeah, it does. If they lose to you, it's over. Can't believe I have this big of a lead. It's nuts.
Interestingly enough, the
I'm not
co-fish,
leading the clean sheets. I'm only tied for. Sorry, go ahead.
the race for the co-fish, the extra two coefficients is also pretty
Yeah,
close.
I see England pretty much has that wrapped up though. Well, yeah,
Let's see.
Italy, Spain is pretty close-ish, but I don't see Germany making up over 2 points, and I don't see England losing over 2 points. Pretty
Well,
unlikely.
Italy's playing Germany in the Champions League final.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, it's semi-final. England is playing England in the final.
England's not going to lose the top spot then.
Oh no, no, they're you top spot.
Yeah, they're well ahead on that, so no biggie.
Mm.
Come on, lads, where are we going? Your match is done. Okay, I'll just take a moment and
I will let you
go to
do
the
that.
next
I'm
state.
going to use the restroom real quick.
Okay, so hopefully you can follow along. I'm going to click here. Okay, and we're going to go down to add remove leagues. Okay, this will show you all of the leagues that are currently active in your playthrough. So you can count them just by looking at them. They'll have little red dots beside them that you can. How many playable leagues do you have? Because you also have to look here, and it'll say playable or view only, or playable view only below, that kind of thing. 40. Well, you don't have 40 playable leagues. I would hope. I hope you don't have 40 playable leagues. Otherwise, your game is not going to. Yeah, no, no worries. We started with counting those. Now we're going to look at the little drop box below. So find the ones that say playable, and everything above them should be playable. 40, though, you got at least 40 on view only. So that's quite a few. That's good. That gives me a lot of information. 33 playable. You did a quick start and I gave you 33 playable. That actually shouldn't happen. Um, that's a lot. Your game is going to get really big, really fast. That save may not be playable after 3 or 4 seasons. Yes, well, that's a safe way to do that, Gail. But also, you have played it for a while, and this person only just started. That's way too many playable leagues. Your game at the bottom here, when it shows their estimated game speed, how many stars does that show you?
Back.
Yes, you are. How about that? Half a star.
Not slow.
Yeah, he's got 33 playable leagues, and he's got a half a star for game speed.
So you sound like someone who likes to have a lot of playable leagues.
Well, he said
Someone
he
I
said he did a quick start, but I don't think he did a quick start. Maybe he forgot, but that's okay because it wouldn't load 33 playable leagues for a quick start. Half a star. That means that you will be able to play that game for maybe 2 or 3 seasons before it goes so slowly you're going to want to tear your own hair out. So if you want something to be active and kind of get results to look at, put them on view only, and then it doesn't take nearly as much of your game speed away. So approximate player count. Let's tell me what your player count approximately is at. No worries, no worries. I understand what you're saying. You got scared and you left it. So you went in to manually pick the leagues. You're like, whatever. I'm just going to leave. And it's cool. Don't worry about it. 137,000. So you in fact put it on a large database. Okay. That's why you can't sell players. You have too many players. The number one thing people like to say to me is like, I cannot sell players. And I'm like, well, did you pick a large database? And 99.9% of the time people go, yeah. And I'm like, well, that's why you can't sell players. Because there's too many players. Imagine every team has an abundance of players. Why would they want to buy players, especially at their value? Yeah, so you want to go safely with a medium database, or if you really want an active transfer market, pick a low database. I mean, you're going to have fewer players in the game. I get it. Some people want more realism. They want to be able to find that one wonder kid they know that plays for that one obscure team in that one league. Do you need to restart? Inevitably, at some point. Right now, you're still playing just to learn it, right? So just don't worry about it too much. If at some point though your game gets agonizingly slow, you might yes, you're going to want to restart. I would say this is your very first attempt at it. I wouldn't worry too much about having to restart. Restarting is pretty fun though, honestly. Sometimes the start of a new save is the best time. We've worked hard all season. Positive. There we go. Got to make sure I get my team talk right. New gens come in. Oh man, that's my favorite time. But you see, you and I probably have a different approach to this. I know the vast majority of the database. Being a researcher for the game, I know which players are good already, and I have a pretty decent grasp, especially in England and the bigger leagues, which players are what. Once it's all players I don't know, that's when I have the most fun. It's like, oh, I don't know any of these people. This is great. That's when I enjoy the game the most.
It's a chance for me to catch up to you too.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I don't sign all the well-known players at the start. I usually just try to keep my team intact until it's new gens, and then start shopping for them. Yeah, but I really do appreciate all of that. There we go. Kitten, not right now, buddy. Oh, you're hungry? Okay, well, I'll come feed you in a minute. So I can ask. You can ask as many questions as you like. That's what I'm here for. What tactic do I use? I use whatever tactic I feel like. Okay. So there's another one of the things I do in this game. So all the pre-made tactics in the game, most of them are my fault. I'm sorry. If the people are like, "Oh, get good press is too overpowered," I'm like, "Well, it's too overpowered in real life too. So what do you want me to do?" But tactics, I use whatever. Like I usually change my tactic as often as possible, just because every tactic I use is going to be a good tactic. That's why I'm leading the Premier League with Accrington Stanley. Okay, I can't just purposely put a bad one in. That wouldn't make any sense. So as for tactics, I try to just make a new one right here. I usually let a subscriber pick whatever formation they think I should play, and I'll make a tactic out of it and use it for a season or two. And it's fun. It's fun. It keeps things fresh and real. Did I just save? I'm saving. I don't remember. I have a terrible memory, so everybody knows. I have a horrible memory. Uh, so as for tactics, yeah, most people actually who know me well come on here to ask me to give them tactics so that they can do well. They're like, "Could you make a tactic for me?" I'm like, "Sure. What team are you? Like what formation are you looking for?" I love giving people decent tactics, but I mean, if you use any pre-made tactics in the game, they're basically mine anyway. So a lot of people use 5-3 back, fairly common this year. Okay, I mean, this one was again another one of those ones where somebody said, "Hey, could you use this?" It's a trend in real life, and also partly Jacob's fault that there's so many managers in the game that use
Mhm.
literally 7 at the back. Like
Yeah.
this is the seven at the back.
I need a scout for France.
But yeah, no, if you tune in a lot, you watching me play a lot, and you want to see a different formation or tactic, just let me know. We'll make something. We can work something out. 4-2-3 one gang and press on top. Yeah, I know that's the one that most people go with, but that's why we slightly underpowered attacking central midfielders. They're not as consistent now, so that one's not necessarily the best anymore. There's Stamenkovic giving me a lead. I love it. Use it almost every save. Well, glad to hear it. But if you ever want to change it up, but you want to feel confident about what you're doing, let me know. I can give you a tactic to work with. No problem. Is is the reason why my game kept crashing when I tried to add faces to the game? Probably because you have a lot of players, but I don't know. I don't deal with mods. We're not officially supposed to support that. I mean, I also know that I'm not here on an official capacity. I don't use face packs. They cause way more errors than I'd like them to, so I don't use them. I did put in a realistic face pack for my particular save right now, which is the first time I've ever tried it. And it's a lot of work, but so far it's been really cool. It makes faces for new gens. Now that our game is at the point where it's mostly new gens, that's good to have because I don't like the potato faces. The potato head men just kind of annoy me. Sometimes switch to 4-3-3 DM. Yeah, that's one of my go-tos as well. Absolutely. I'll use it for your Celtic save. That's cool. That's cool. Celtic.
Oh, jeez. Is your game finished?
No, man, I'm at halftime. Why?
Okay, just wondering because it was telling me to hit continue.
A lot of shots on target. I don't want to tell them I'm happy. Don't let your play drop. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. This is why I stream at odd hours so I don't get too many chatters. I'm trying to keep up. I swear. I also get distracted from my game and don't play as well. Okay. God Lord. Kitten, you're getting in the way of the chat. Yes, you're cute. I don't care. uh, oh no, you don't have to stick away from those questions. I just might not know. That's all. You ask anything you like. Okay, like there's nothing that's really out of bounds for asking FM questions. It's just that on a, on a certain capacity, I'm just not going to know the answers. And if I don't know, I don't know. I don't know everything. Far from it. I don't. There's a lot of things in this game I don't work with. Having said that, I always have direct connection to people who can answer a lot of questions, and sometimes they're very helpful. Like I can just jump on a messenger and be like, hit up, I'm like, hey, Graham Kelly, what can you tell me how this particular aspect of the game works? And sometimes he'll tell me. Sometimes he'll be like, no, that's one of those things we like to keep ambiguous and don't want people to know about. And I'll be like, okay, Miles absolutely thrives on the fact that people think the AI in this game is as sophisticated as it is when it's actually not that stellar. But he loves that people think it's like really great. He's like, just like let them keep thinking that. I'm like, okay, but I don't. I don't let people think that because fuck that, man. People should know what the truth of the matter is. It's not like he's sitting here watching my stream. If he watches my stream and gives me shit for it later, then maybe I change my stance. But until that day comes, and we all know it won't, because he's not going to sit around watching streams. God damn it! There goes my
Trust me,
clean sheet.
you would have known by now if you watched your stream.
Oh yeah, I mean I call him an asshole all the time because it's not like he doesn't know he's an asshole. He wears that shit like a badge of honor on his sleeve. So maybe he wouldn't mention that one. But yeah, pretty sure he knows he's a bit of a jerk at times. He's a very stubborn individual who doesn't care too much what other people think. What you should choose for the leagues? Yeah, absolutely. I can help you with a setup. Give me a little bit of time to finish up my game, and I will definitely help you pick a good setup, something that will be comfortable for your computer and for you. It's not work. Even if you have the players and the right attributes for it, what can it be? Training? Wrong. Okay, well, don't use opposition instructions. I hate those. They're really actually don't add enough to the game. They just make players go out of position. But training, yes, training's a huge factor. Learning how to do training yourself is pretty awesome. But even if you don't, I can give you some pretty awesome training tips and techniques. I can show you how to not have so many injuries in this game. And you don't even have to control your own training to do it. You just have to do a little bit of work. Yeah, there's a ton of things that I can help you with there with in terms of winning and making a tactic work. Almost any reasonable tactic can and will work in this game, especially if you point out, like you say, you've got the players, you've got the attributes. Why isn't it clicking the way it should? It's going to be some other force, and I can show you. I'm the best. Oh, thanks. I mean, I appreciate that. I can. Geez, you got me flustered. No, I don't know what to say to that. I just do what I can. Yeah, absolutely. I can help you with those things. Not a problem at all. Some more team bonding helps. Of course it does. Mid-season slump. Well, I can address the mid-season slump. That's a whole other thing. there's no real mid-season slump. That's the one that makes people think that the AI is learning your tactics. They're not. They're like, well, what about when I was winning 12 games and now I'm losing? It's like 2 words: match load. And they're like, what the hell's a match load? I'm like, there you go. You don't even know. There's your problem. Uh, now that my game's done, Jacob. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
No worries.
All right, so I think I got a whole list of things to address there, and I'm going to do as many of them as I can. First things first, though, we're going to get that guy his game set up. Kovac sacked by Liverpool. Oh no, Liverpool lost another manager. Oh man, I guess they're not doing too well. They're in 4th, but yeah, they're kind of only just fighting it out for Champions League. So, anyhow, what league are you going to play in? You going to play in England? Every person you ask for help doesn't help. I'm sorry to hear that. That is unfortunate. I do what I can if I have time. So you're going to play in England. Okay, so definitely make England playable, at least down to League 2. You're playing as Southampton again, I would assume, which is cool. It's great. That's a good challenge, actually. So down to League 2, for sure. If you want to make it viewable below that, do that. Okay, so then you're going to want Spain. You're playing in the Championship, so League 2 viewable below. The 2nd division of Spain viewable below. You'll want Italy with League 2 viewable below. German 1st Division viewable below. You will want France from the 2nd tier viewable below. You're going to want all of Scotland playable. Oh, sorry. What is viewable below? Okay. I can't really show you that screen right now. So if you're on the screen where you pick your nations, go ahead, Jacob.
You can show them that screen. If you go to add remove league, you should be able to see it. Well, not the particular screen, but
Yeah,
view only and below is.
it's not the same, and we were there. Yeah, but so you have this here where it says playable, view only below, and view only. Those are the options. So what you want to do is you want to say load, like I've got this one here where the 1st division of Norway is playable, but every division below that one will be or sorry, yeah, playable, but everyone below it is view only. So that's what playable view only below means. Is that the top one that I see is playable. Any divisions below that will be view only. That's what I mean by that particular thing. You don't want to set it up like mine because mine was set up for Denmark. Okay. So did you get the nations I said so far? Did I go too quick? If I went too fast, I can kind of do it again if you need. Too quick. No problem. No problem. All right, let's do it one at a time. So England, Sky Bet League 2, view only below. France, Dominoes League 2, view only below. Germany, Bundesliga, view only below. Italy, Serie BTK, which is the second division, view only below. Spain, La Liga Smart Bank, which is the second. You might not have the same names. It's okay if you don't. Second division, view only below. Make all of Scotland playable. Republic of Ireland, first two divisions, make those playable. Northern Ireland, take the top division, the Dansk Premier, and view only below that. Alberta. And then, sorry, Alberta's the answer to the question over there. I'm sorry if you're still following along. And then Wales, make the top division playable for Wales. And that's all your playable leagues. So how many stars does that leave you at so far? We're not done yet, but how many stars does that put you at? 3 stars. Not bad, right? And you're on a medium database, I would assume, I hope. Just one sec. Yeah, don't rush. Get you set up right. Once it's set up right, you'll have it. So that's the best part. 3 stars is good. We want a good, happy 3-star league. 3 stars is lovely. Got a decent computer then, because we've already done this much. Okay, you're back. You have a medium database? Good. At this point, you can add almost anything else as view only. Larger nations are fun to have. I recommend Denmark to be a view only. Belgium is a good one for view only. Portugal. I even add China and the United States usually as view only because so there's some bigger teams there. But you can add almost anything else you want as view only, and it won't affect your performance very nice. You got some family in Canada from Glasgow yourself. Oh, most of my family's from Scotland. Some of them from Wales as well. So yeah, no, most
I
of my family is Scottish.
I will say with when it comes to doing view only on more than two continents,
Mhm.
it still will slow the processing
Yeah,
down just a little bit.
that's why I said
Like
only
not as
add
much.
big ones. Yeah, only add big ones
Yeah,
for view only. You don't want to put everything else as view only. He says everything else view only. No, not everything. Only big nations. This should be some little text that'll recommend some. They'll say, like is a larger nation, or a local nation. I think we already addressed all the ones that would have text though. Probably, probably already named them all like right off my memory, right? But yeah, like don't just make everything view only because that will still slow it down. But if you're not sure, then just stick with the ones we said. You got what I meant? That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. So with that database right there, and you could see at the bottom, there should be a way to save that as your preset. Do that. Save that as a preset so you could load that every time if you need to, because I'm not always online. I only stream 2 days a week. Well, stream Football Manager 2 days a week. When I'm playing other games on other nights, I don't usually answer Football Manager questions. Anyway, let's continue our game now that he's got that set up. And then start that game. You're going to have a way easier time selling players now because there's going to be enough viewable teams, enough playable teams, and the database won't be completely packed full. That should improve your chances of selling players. If you still have any issues, come back at any point, let me know, and I can give you more pointers and more tips from there. But typically, the database size and the number of teams is the biggest factor in how often and how well you can sell players. But when it comes to tips and tricks for selling players, I've got lots of those ways to run up how much money you get for them, everything. So, but we'll start with that. We'll start with setting up a good sized game for you. Because yeah, half a star, bam. That wouldn't have lasted very long. Would have gotten frustrating in a real hurry. But I get it. First time setting shit up, man. You got to have somebody tell you these things. It's not like it's easy to find online. I know it isn't. All right, what other questions was I going to answer? I don't remember now. Sorry. Like I said, bad memory. But if anybody else had another question about something, fire it back in there. Let's see what I can come up with. Yeah, good point, Jacob. Yeah, some people will just be like view only everything else, and they just load everything else as view only, and it's like, yeah, then that's still going to slow it down some. I didn't think of that.
Um,
Say,
I've found that out the hard way. Always trying to like have the biggest database with the best processing power.
yeah, the balance can be tough, definitely. I know, like I've had a couple of people that come to me with a 50-year-old save and be like, I can't play it anymore. It's unplayable. I'm like, I'm so sorry. There's not much that can be done at this point. That's it. I guess you start again.
What? Yeah.
Your load time should be quite a bit faster. Yeah. Yeah. Now that it has so many fewer playable leagues, absolutely. It's going to save and load faster. Because yeah, you were playing with a lot. You were. So a funny joke was made a while back, but there's actually pretty close to true. Is that if you were to play Football Manager with the entirety of its database, and that's not just what's visible to load there are a lot of leagues in the database that aren't loadable. Okay, like every team is researched down to like even down to like the 12th tier of England. All the teams are researched and in this database. That's how people are able to make those databases with those teams, is because they can load them up. But not every player, but a lot of them are there. But that's the reason. There was a joke made that if you were to load up the entirety of the Football Manager database, not even NASA has a computer strong enough to play it. And people laugh, but it's pretty close to true.
Steve Grady.
I'm glad it
All right,
helps.
Steve.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's wild. I
All right.
know, right? It's a huge database. I've seen the data. You can even load it in the pregame editor. You see how big it is, but you never really get to flesh out the whole thing. If you were smarter, you'd understand the job. Oh, I mean, come on, it's all good. Don't worry about that. You don't need to worry about it. At least we got you set up with a good save there. It should go a lot better.
You.
Only good with pots and knives? Oh well, I mean, got to be good with something. Nothing wrong with pots and knives. Only good with pots and knives. I'm sure there's a joke in there that I don't get. Like literally, pots and knives. First thought I have is, what are you in the army? Could be, right? Must be a chef of some kind. Would be, yeah, okay. There it is. I said it before he put it in there. I was like, must be a chef. Yeah. uh, I'm glad to hear that you're loving it. That's good. I mean, there's always going to be little things that you're going to find that will probably frustrate you, and the game can be very frustrating. Jacob can tell you all about how frustrating this fucking game can be. But
Yep.
yep. But it's a love
You'll
hate thing.
hear. You'll
Yeah.
hear me rant.
Yeah, if you watch us long enough, you'll hear Jacob get mad. he tells this game off. His catchphrase is "I fucking hate this game." That's his catchphrase. He'll say that at least once a stream. He hasn't said it yet today, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm being on my bestest behavior today.
Oh, you don't have to, man. Just do what you do. I think some people expect that catchphrase at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Should have been here Monday.
Oh yeah,
You
we
should
do.
have.
It's all good, dude. Oh, funny. Oh, you're playing Arsenal today, and do I not play a game? I don't have a game today. Gonna watch your game then.
Oh God.
Monday? Yeah, I know Monday wasn't. He had a bit of a losing run, and it made him mad. So he actually rage quit. We had to turn the stream off and pack it in for the night. That's okay. I get it. Sometimes a game will just make you like, "Rrr," and that's a good place to stop. It really is. Yes, it matters what badge you pick. 100%. You're starting the game, so give yourself the top badges. All of the top badges. Don't play with lower badges to start the game. That's a unique challenge people give themselves when they want to try to play it on the closest thing to hard mode that you're going to get. So yeah, no, untick it and give yourself the top badges. Yeah, there's no reason to start with less badges. There's just none. Not especially when you're starting. When you get confident later on, if you're like, oh, I'm going to make it harder on myself and try to earn my badges, that's cool. Do that. Do that. Yeah. Tried doing an unemployed save and just got hella confused straight away. Well, if you ever need help with it, let me know. When I'm around, I can help you. Some nights Jacob has to work. When he does that, we all get very, very sad. But I still stream and I play an alternate reality save of the original game that we used to play on here with the Denmark Build a Nation. But then I'm by myself. And when I'm by myself, I don't mind sitting and taking a lot of time to explain things. So on those nights especially. But, we still take the time to explain things. I like when Jacob's here when I'm explaining things because he often reminds me shit I don't think about. Because as I've mentioned 3 times now, I have a bad memory. But as long as I mention it 3 times, you'll all remember that. Then you won't expect me to remember shit.
Funny you remember to say that you have a bad memory.
I need to, man, because it comes up so often now. I used to have a
Right,
great memory, but
9,000-seater stadium and we're hosting Arsenal.
oh yeah, look at that, 9,000 seats. Well, hilarious. Let's go beat them. I need to see a win here. Of course, I'm attending this match. This directly affects my team.
Well, 6 minutes in, we're controlling the possession.
Lovely. Manager style focus. What would be a good one to start on? Okay, so you don't need any adaptability. Put your adaptability down to 1 because you're probably not going to change nations. Like adaptability you only need if you're going to play a game where you're going to jump across different nations and countries, and you don't need that. You're probably just going to stay in England. Give yourself a 1 adaptability. What I like to do is I click it, the balance thing, 1 to the right. Okay, so then I will give myself full attack, 0 on defense and fitness, because I like to be an attack coach. You can do defense instead if you like. 0 on the goalkeeping ones. I like to fill up the other stuff. On the right side, I fill up everything except for current ability and potential ability for players. I get those ones, I think, 17, 16. And then it's a nice balance because everything else is full that I need. That's what I like to do when I fill it up completely. Just that's good style for me. But as a coach, you don't need to coach more than 1 category. So absolutely just pick 1 thing and max it out. Fuck you, Martinelli. He's still playing? God damn. Ugh? I think I confused the hell out of him.
Interception.
I'm sorry if that was too confusing. So you see all the little things that you can tick. You got on the left side your coaching stuff. There's attacking, defending, goalkeeping, fitness. You see all that? It's on the left side. 15 years in FM22. That's still a pretty decent save, man. Like that's a long. You'd be probably interested to know that the average save is only 2.8 seasons. It's crazy, right? Not many people actually go into long saves in Football Manager. You think they would, but no, the average person only does 1 or 2 seasons. Okay, so on that left side, you see that. So pick one. You want to be an attacking coach or a defending coach? Probably not a goalkeeping coach. I mean, that'd be silly. Above average. There you go. Nice. I have to feed my cat. I'll be like 2 minutes, not even.
Sierra Rodrigo. I don't know what to do. What do I do? I play present and I can't. Can I? No. Okay. All right, we're just gonna go back out in the second half and see what happens.
Unpick everything but 1.
Save.
Pick either attacking or defending. So Unpick defending, unpick goalkeeping, unpick fitness. All the things below fitness, fill them all up. I choose attacking too. I think it's the simplest. Also, finding defending coaches, I find is a slightly easier thing to do, but it's hard to know for sure because some staff are generated randomly. But yeah,
Has to come out. Ah, play on the right. Right. This is what we're gonna do.
19 points left over on the left side. So the middle, there's a button that can be shows the balance of sides. Click it one to the right, so it gives more points to the right side column. You shouldn't have 19 points left over then. Then you'll have fewer points left over once you fill up all the other ones. And then I think it's like a couple of points, and I throw them into fitness. Good morning. Morning. Oh, it's morning where you are. Okay. Well, I mean, that's normal. That's why I pick these hours to stream, because I get mostly people that are up late at night or up early in the morning. But it is indeed morning somewhere in the world. Lots of places, actually. I got mostly people from Australia because it's the middle of the day now. Got it now. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you. Glad to hear that. That's perfect, man. I know it's hard to do it without visualizing it. I'm just doing this right off the top of my head. And the top of my head, obviously not that clear. You're from Australia? Well, there you go. See, we got a lot of Australian people. Lots and lots. One of my longest viewers and subscribers, Drop Bear, he's from Australia. He comes in here a lot. One of my favorite people to chat with. He's really into this game. He actually puts a lot of stuff on my Discord that I can look at, and he's got some fascinating saves going, so definitely entertaining. Quinones got to the ball first. All right, who are we swapping on? Oh, Watts is out there. Come on, Watts. I dare you. I dare you, you little shit. I'd love to see him tie that one up. Thanks for the follow. Come on. Get the ball back, guys. Oh, son of a bitch.
Alright, I'm ending this game.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All hope is gone.
I don't need to play Arsenal. I can.
Fuck Arsenal.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Guys.
I hate both
Uh,
big London teams.
oh,
To be
no.
honest.
No. What do you mean both? There's more. Oh, yeah. Okay, two big ones. Never mind. I see what you're saying. Yep. Absolutely. They suck. See how selling goes now. It'll be better, but there's still lots more things to take
He
into
scored
account.
again.
They did, eh? Got a third one? Why not? Martinelli,
Yeah.
of all things. That dick.
Let's see. We're still 9 points up.
Yep.
Which means
You're almost safe. One more. That's it. If Aston Villa loses again, you're safe.
no.
Oh, no,
They
not
have
quite. Well, they got to
5
play
games.
me. Count their game against me as a loss.
So they have 4 games, which means 12 points.
Because I have to play
So
them.
we need a win,
Mhm.
and then we're effectively safe.
Yeah, there's lots more things to take into account, but you'll start with that, and it should be a lot better. Like that will improve your things exponentially. See how it goes, and then if you run into any other rough patches, let me know. And the next times that I'm streaming, Monday, Wednesdays, I'm here streaming. So come on and we'll have more chats, and I'll give you more pointers and details whenever you need it. I mean, I can give you a couple right now off the top of my head if you like, no problem. So
Just want a heads up. This is probably going to be my last game since I have to.
yeah, that's why I'm trying to not get too involved with things. Minus 37. Oh, that's pretty goddamn gold. Yeah, go for it. Okay, so like, say I want to sell a player. I'm gonna make sure I save before I do this, just in case I misclick something. I don't want to piss any of my players off. Actually, I have a player that I do want to sell, so I'll just use him as an example. So, say I want to sell this guy. All right. So the first thing I would obviously do is offer him out, but there's a way to do that. Offer via transfer room. Don't click add to transfer list the first time. Don't put an amount the first time. Just dry offer like this without clicking anything or adding a value. More often than not, if a player is decent, you'll get offers right then and there. Okay, I'm going to do it just to see if we get offers. It's not a transfer window, so probably not. Go ahead and move forward. We're good. It's not a transfer window, nor is it close to a transfer window, so it's unlikely I'll get an offer. But if I do, at least then I can work with it. That's a good way to start. Playing a player is a good way to keep their value up. So even if you want, I mean, more often than not, people want to sell somebody because they don't want to play them. And I get that. But if you can get the minutes, if you can play them, they're more likely to sell. Uh, but if they're just a really crappy player, that's another one. People are like, well, why can't I sell my crappy players? I'm like, well, because they're crappy. Like, who do you think's going to buy them? Really? If you really want to get rid of somebody, offer them for zero. You'll get rid of their wages at least. Uh, but yeah, I understand you want to sell some good players for value, and if they're decent enough, playing them is good. So I got a wanted on him after offering him out. So some teams do want him, which means I'm going to keep an eye on that. Who is it? Barcelona again? It's Barcelona. Okay, so Barcelona want to buy him. Uh, we're not near enough a transfer window for them to be likely to make a bid right now, so we might have to be a bit patient. You play again, and I do not. This is wacky. Why don't I play?
I'll tell you.
Hmm. You don't make the schedule. Why would you know? Oh, I have an under 21s game. So don't tick the box and keep to nothing. Don't put a value in there. Just leave it blank. Definitely don't put it to nothing though, like as in zero. Don't do that. And just see if any interest gets put up there. See if anybody wants them from that. You might get bids. If you get a bid, well, from there I can give you more pointers. Most things are a process. So if you get a bid on a player, let me know and I can try to help you from that point. Come on, Rochdale.
This is the big game. I think this is.
This is the big decider. Crystal Palace at home. This is the most beatable team you have left. Let's go, team. Oh, you got some guys in lower condition for that game. Hope that doesn't factor in. Probably won't. Oh.
Let's see if Costa ends up getting it. Nope.
Fuck. Oh, you changed your formation for this one.
Mm-mm. Now
Oh.
I'm changing it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't know you were playing with a DM at home. Yeah. Oh, I see. Now got it. Got it. You can tell he's in his tactics screen. He plays in slow motion. Here's the ball. Good shit. No, he's out of his screen now. A little quicker. Still really, it's a bit slower than how I play it, but all right. So who's going up top? Oh, we got Rodrigo playing DM, one CM, and one AMC. How interesting! That is different. So Rodrigo's still going to run around winning the ball. Josier will control the
Yeah.
very center, and Abreu will be attacking. That's definitely new.
Yep. It's what I have with those players right now. So
I mean, I've seen worse. Hopefully, it's not too strange for your players to be unfamiliar with it, but so far it doesn't look that way. We should tell your guys though that it's easier to score if you shoot on target.
yes,
Yeah, it's a thought.
I agree.
Your PPDA is good though. You're passing well.
No,
You're not? Oh, okay.
we're passing well if we're passing better That's my
Mm,
my standard.
okay. Alrighty.
See, I don't know why. I have no idea why he just decided to do that.
Nice win back. And then they're just launching it up the field back to them.
They're
I
playing high too with five up top.
was watching the build up here because they are definitely beating you in the air. How come you're bombing it forward? Is that something you're meaning to do?
Nope.
Okay.
Got to
There we
beat him on the ground.
go. Yeah. There's a way to do it. Ndala with the nice dribble.
Does it count?
Absolutely. It's up there. Bray's name's up there, so it counts. That's how you can tell if it's offside or not ahead of time. If they put the name up there, it counts. If the name doesn't show up, it'll be offside.
No.
A shame that there's a tell before it even goes into the review, but it's there.
Yeah.
That was a weird bunch of flashing there. Here it is, just kidding. Here it is, just kidding. All right, 1-1 at the half's not the worst. Those changes seem to have helped.
We have. We also have. Where is it? He's already on the field. Never mind. We have Toth who can come in at some point.
Yeah, I'd be watching Para. He's the only guy on a 6.5. If he doesn't go above 6.6 within the first 10 minutes or so, he's not gonna.
Okay.
He's the only guy you got to keep an eye on. Everybody else is playing just fine for the most part to this point. Hmm. It's encouraging that only one player is having a bad game. They got a bunch of guys on 6.5s, including their attackers, which hopefully that'll help you. They just made a bunch of their subs right away. Two of them.
Their wingbacks.
Yeah, fresh wingbacks. I see that. This is your corner. Come on. You don't score many corners. I have to slide you
It's
over some
it's
set
very
pieces.
very streaky.
Oh, okay. That's why I like my set pieces. They're reasonably consistent. I mean, as consistent as they can be nowadays. I'm just glad that all the exploits from set pieces are gone now.
Not a
No.
water ball.
Oh. Wait, is that one of the guys having a bad game? Oh, no, no. He's on a 6.7. All right. I just thought it might have been Costa or Carry On. Still, though, his rating might go down from that miss.
We don't have a CEM. We have Ibe.
You don't need a CM. Play with two DMs. What are you doing?
No, CDM. We don't have another CDM.
Central defensive midfielder?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then. Oh, well. Why, who are you trying to sub off? Not Rodrigo, I wouldn't think.
Where do we go?
Oh, you do want to
Not
sub him
now.
off?
Not
Oh,
no,
oh,
no, not now.
oh, gotcha,
But
gotcha.
if he's tired, well, when he's tired at the end of the game,
Mhm.
it'll be a big weak spot for us. Is what I'm thinking.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah. Well, if you don't have a CDM, just make it a CM and put it on a more defensive role. It'll still work. Gosh,
Forcing it.
damn it. You guys are really
I
giving
know
the
what we
ball
need to do.
away. Stop
I
giving
know
the
what we
ball
need to
away.
do in training.
In training, that won't help you right now. We want
No, I
this
know.
game. We want this game right here and now.
Yeah.
I mean, you got possession now, so that's improving. Everything's improved a lot since you made the change. Sprints. Guys need to pass the ball less often and dribble it a bit more. That seems to be where the success is coming from. Oh, God. Well, you put out a new left back? No, he's having a 6.5. Oh, well, whatever. He's fresh out there. So Ndala and Abreu are both playing well. Guillermo is not playing particularly well.
Oh wow, you're reading. right from my head.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm just looking at what makes sense. Sorry.
Nine. This. I don't want that.
I have a feeling you're going to score soon, if only because I'm looking at the language of the other team, and they have one central defender who is very unhappy at the moment, and that's exploitable. Especially if you're changing your left wing and Dalo to the left. Okay. That could be good. That could be very good. But yeah, they're really attacking. They got two Sengudo Volantes out.
We go for it. Oh, well, we might have to now.
They're way offside. What? They're giving a
The
fucking
penalty.
penalty. Unbelievable.
Alright.
Unbelievable. Yep, start getting ready to go for it. That's so. They're offside. Does it matter?
Um, no. As far as I understand, it should be. I don't know. Actually, what takes precedent?
Yep.
It's been a while.
The foul or the offside. Well, because, yeah, they were offside. So that was the very first thing I said, even before they called the foul that I also didn't see. So he pointed to the spot, though. So, I mean, they're giving them the stupid ass penalty. God,
I haven't seen one.
this game
I
hates
haven't
you
seen
sometimes,
one.
I swear.
Oh, I know. I know. I haven't seen a no penalty yet in
I've seen only a
F24.
couple. I've only seen a couple.
Saved. Wow.
Quinones with a huge save.
It's all for naught if he scores here. Oh,
No,
another big save. Wow.
another one. God, your goalkeeper wants to win. Got to find a way to go get some offense, and a shot on goal would be nice, huh?
Here we go,
Dala,
Andala.
the counter attack, please. He's looking for space.
He's on
Beats
this.
his man all by
Oh,
himself. He almost did it
oh.
all by himself. That would have been impressive.
Yeah, it would have. It definitely would have.
It's a nice dribble.
Good stop. Look
Very
left, look left, look
nice.
left. Okay, now you can cross it. I have worked ball into the box, so he's just not going to cross it. That's a save. Wow.
Oh, God. Well, you got a good quality shot on target. That's what we wanted. Let's get another one because, yeah, the goalkeeper. Wow, did he ever get a big arm on that thing? Screw you, Pena. Don't like you now. Nice save, but screw you.
All right. Listen,
1 point.
Quinones.
Yeah, Quinones saved that. 1 point is not the worst amount of points. Let's see, you're 9 points up still. That means what? Does that mean Villa also drew?
No, I don't think they played. Just to continue.
Oh, right. We haven't continued. That's why it. Never mind. Continue. It doesn't show in the update because words. 8 points
Villa
ahead.
won.
Villa 1. So you're 8 points from safety now.
Do you play Leicester?
No.
Who does Leicester play? Oh, they have United, Chelsea, City, and then Middlesbrough.
Yeah, they're boned. You should be all right. And City's
Well, for
fighting hard right now, so. And United is
yeah.
also fighting hard. So is, well, Chelsea's kind of out of it. Kind of.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do my training
Oh,
because now I know what we need to fucking do.
was that last game?
Yeah.
Okay, last game. All right, no problem. So anybody who's still around and listening and hanging out, we're going to be wrapping it up for this evening. That was a good almost 4 hours, actually. Not too shabby.
Finish my show before I go to bed.
Absolutely. Don't worry. Yeah, you got to work in the morning. That's not a big deal.
Yep.
So we'll be back next Monday, most likely. I mean, I will either way, but hopefully Jacob will too. And Wednesday.
Yes.
I have
Monday, yes. Wednesday, I don't know.
Why can't I save the game?
Hey, why can't you save it? Let's hit continue.
Yes. The save button was there and then disappeared. Now it's back. Okay, that was a weird one. That scared me just a little. But thanks for being here and thanks for hanging out and chatting and keeping me on my toes. I really appreciate that. I'm a legend. No, not really, but I appreciate you saying so. Hit me up if you need any other help in the future. Definitely. I'm sorry that I didn't get to help more today. It's just, we're also in the middle of the game at the same time. It's hard to balance. I do my best, but enjoy your game and let me know if you need any help going forward. If you ever become a subscriber, I don't mean to pressure you, but then you can join the Discord and ask me things all the time. uh, but I mean, I used to keep it just everybody could join my Discord, but then it got a little too crazy, so I had to limit it. I'm very sorry for that. But have yourself a lot of fun, and I hope to see all of you again. So until next time.